Pittsburgh. W261AX, Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 68, overcast with some areas of fog. At 10 o'clock, I'm Paul Rasmussen. Police are investigating reported sex assaults on the north side, and investigators say they may be linked to one person. An alert was issued last night about a series of sexual assaults in the early morning hours. No specifics were provided about the locations of the assaults, but police say the suspect is described as a smaller white man driving a white pickup truck. Investigators believe he may be a repeat offender. Patrols are being increased on the north side. Residents are advised to travel in groups, stay alert in public, and report anything suspicious with a call to 911. Duquesne Light pulled out at the last minute from an Allegheny County storm response meeting to address days of widespread power outages after April's heavy storms. News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado has more.
State Representative Abigail Salisbury lashed out at Duquesne Light for backing out of the meeting just 2 hours and 15 minutes before it was to start. Salisbury says trying to figure out what went wrong and how to prevent future mass outages depends on everyone, including the power company, coming to the table. For its part, Duquesne Light says it will be there, but at a new date in September. Duquesne Light issued a statement saying it began to identify ways to do things better even before everyone's power was restored, and that it has been talking to its customers and elected officials, as well as getting feedback from 1,000 employees to see what they could be doing better. David Ballarado, News Radio, KDKA.
It's been delayed by decades, but now a $3.5 billion project to clean up Pittsburgh's rivers and streams is moving forward. Alcasan's project includes an expanded treatment plant and 16 miles of tunnels to catch rainwater tainted by sewage before it gets to the rivers and streams. Alcasan's Kimberly Kennedy told KDKA-TV the agency is taking bids now for, first, a tunnel under the Ohio River.
Sewer infrastructure is not necessarily something you think about every day, but it's a really important component to the health of a community and our daily lives. Construction
is expected to begin early next year. The tunnel will be 150 feet below ground, so the work will go mostly unnoticed. And another important infrastructure project is underway, the Montgomery Locks and Dam Improvement Project on the Ohio River. The goal is doubling the lock's capacity for commercial river traffic. This project is expected to create 10,000 construction jobs and have a $1.2 billion economic impact. The Army Corps of Engineers expects to wrap up work in 2033. Another fried chicken chain is looking for a Pittsburgh franchisee. Zaxby's, a Georgia-based company with over 900 restaurants, is known for its chicken tenders, wings, and sauces. The Business Times reports Zaxby's is searching for a franchisee as it expands northward, and the chain has deals already for that in Philadelphia, Columbus, and other northeastern cities. At this hour on Wall Street, the Dow is down 149 points at 44,790. The NASDAQ is down 59 points. The S&P down 17. In KDKA Sports, the Steelers wrap up preseason play tonight at Carolina against the Panthers, and the Bucs have a day off. They'll host the Rockies tomorrow night. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. Need a new roof or just want to repair a small leak? Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:03. Time to call One Health Benefits at 724-799-8873. Learn how the Inflation Reduction Act impacts your Medicare plan. 68. Overcast skies in Pittsburgh now. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Shorkey Mitsubishi has hot deals that'll be gone in a flash. Check them out. 0% financing for 60 months is back on the 7-passenger Outlander. Or choose the brand new Mirage, already the lowest priced new car on the market. Now take up to $2,000 off MSRP. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, 2 years of prepaid maintenance, and $500 more for your trade. Locations in North Huntington and the North Hills, or online at ShorkeyMitsubishi.com. Savings include all applicable factory rebates and dealer discounts. Financing with approved credit. See dealer for complete details on all offers.
Summer storms can spell disaster for your roof and more. At Home Genius Exteriors, we stop the damage before it starts. Call now during our summer savings event and get 50% off materials for your new roof. Plus, get no interest and no payments till 2027. Call Home Genius Exteriors at 855-U-R-GENIUS to schedule your free roof and attic inspection. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, Genius. Home Genius Exteriors, the genius choice in roofing. See website for details.
Hi, Hi, this is elder law attorney Carl Zachariah with the elder law firm of Zachariah Brown. You know, every day I get a call from somebody because they have a loved one in the nursing home. They lost their house, they lost all their money, and they are in trouble, and that's when they call. Why do they call us? Because we can help. The better call to make, though, is to call ahead of time. As soon as you have a loved one going into a nursing facility, call us immediately, and we'll help take care of you. Zachariah Brown, 724-942-6200, or PittsburghElderLaw.com.
Pittsburgh. Are you ready to relive the magic? Almost Queen, a tribute to Queen, is taking the stage at Rivers Casino on Friday, September 19th. Experience the look, the power, and all the legendary hits all in one place. From Bohemian Rhapsody to Another One Bites the Dust, you'll be dancing all night long. Visit riverscasino.com for tickets. And don't miss Almost Queen, a tribute to Queen live. We'll see you there.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, thanks. What's up is we still have plenty of delays left in the remnants of the rush hour classification, as we call it. The Parkway West is trying to ease off, but you still have stuck traffic beginning right around that Parkway Center Mall on-ramp before the Fort Pitt tunnels. I hope your commute includes heading to the western suburbs on the outbound Parkway West. That's a far better ride. No major problems heading toward Pittsburgh International and points west right now. The Parkway East on the outbound commute, very heavy for you backing at the Bates Street on-ramp before the Squirrel Hill tunnels. The inbound is easing off, but still a bit slow between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the inbound tunnel portal. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be humid with intervals of clouds and sun, a thunderstorm or two, any of which can produce downpours and damaging wind gusts, the high 78 to 82. A stray evening thunderstorm, partly to mostly cloudy and muggy overnight, those 67. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hey, this is Lisa. You'll only find me at Nest Expressions Window Fashions in Wexford. Blind shades, shutters, and draperies are my passion. Call me 724-933-5500, nestexpressions.com.
It's the Big K, Big Three.
Brought to you by New Flow Men's Health. The biggest 3 stories of the day on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Look, we talk about city life all the time. We talk about crime and grime, mental illness, drug abuse, alcoholism. And Andy Sheehan with KDKA TV broke a story that compelled me to do even more of what's happening in a segment of the north side when they open up one of these joints that actually hands out needles and helps folks with addiction. And when you try and help with one hand, what you're doing is hurting with the other, because a lot of the new fancy restaurants said, stop, we're getting crushed. And I had to grab Sheehan this morning with this breaking news on this suspect police are looking for over there. Good morning, Andy. How are you, sir?
Good morning. How you doing?
So, because what your story did was it set off alarm bells over there in that, and am I correct, sir? All these kind of really cool restaurants open, and they're getting damaged by the opening of this business set up to help people, right?
Yeah, East Ohio Street. There are a number of new businesses over there. They're trying to transform that business district, and there is something called the Roots. The Roots street outreach team with the city that the city has. They have sort of a drop-in center. And there's a needle exchange, and there's other services for people, with addiction and people that are homeless and the like. And, it's become sort of a place to congregate. There's people that OD on the street over there. And, so the business district, they want that center to be relocated. But also over there, just a couple blocks off of East Ohio Street, has been a place of, streetwalkers, prostitution.
Hold on.
And
Now,
that's
this is
another
an epiphany for me. This is why I love Sheehan. This is why he's my man. So I got sent a map this morning because I got sources confirmed that this man they're looking for in this pickup truck, this white male, has in fact been grabbing prostitutes off the streets and then sexually assaulting them and beating them, and then he goes away. And so what you're saying, Andy, is this has been a problem in that area you're talking about with prostitutes walking those very streets, sir?
Right. There's East Ohio Street, which is sort of the main corridor, but then 2 blocks back is where some of these sex workers, are out working daily or nightly, and that was another concern from the business owners and the residents over there. That you have this kind of activity, this kind of street activity going on when they're sort of at loggerheads with the business, with the people that want to sort of gentrify, if you will.
Andy Sheehan broke this story in this outreach that has drawn attention to that area, some good, some bad, and then pointing out to me this morning that in the map that I sent him is where they have, I did not know they had hookers over there, but Andy has heard this. So and then there's this, Andy, and I know you've heard these stories in the past, but the story is that this guy has been doing this, could have been for several months, and that he picks up prostitutes, hookers, whatever they're being called on the streets, has sex with them, beats them, refuses to pay them, and then they report the incident to police. But as we know throughout our careers of doing this kind of work, right now, Andy, police are having a very difficult time finding any of the victims who made the initial complaints because they disappear. And you've heard these stories before. It's very difficult, is it not, to investigate this stuff?
Well, the city just kind of passed a bill to decriminalize sex work. And
yes.
Sort of controversial about that, but that is kind of the aim of it, is that if a sex worker is assaulted, in the past they have been reluctant to go to police because the prostitution is a crime. But since it's decriminalized, they thought that the city believes that they could encourage the sex workers to go to the police because there would be no recriminations.
Andy Sheehan, KDKA, thanks, my brother. You're the best.
All right, thanks, man.
It's unsettling for several reasons. For those who want to discount these women, to hell with you. They're victims. And the truth is, they're being raped. And the truth is, there's a monster out there. Whether you want to hear this or not, whether you want to say they're hookers and that's what they do, okay. That's you. You're in the gutter with that BS. He's a criminal. He's raping women, and he needs to be stopped. The other point that Sheehan made that is actually kind of unsettling. So now what are we doing? We're focusing on what's happened to the South Side has been decimated by crime, right? Now we're hearing the same situation on the North Side, where you have ODs on the streets, where you have restaurants closing down because of the element that's now been attached to this. And now you have an area that is defined as East Ohio Street. And there's a 4-block area where these sex workers, and I just learned this morning, are walking and working these streets. And according to sources, this white male, I guess he has a pickup truck of some sort, has been at this probably 2 months, maybe longer, that he picks up these sex workers, assaults them, refuses to pay them, beats them, and then leaves. And they reported to police, and as I mentioned with Sheehan, they're having a very difficult time finding these women that filed the initial complaints. I am not denigrating these women, but they disappear. This is a very transient business. Most of them are addicts, which adds more drama and more of a dilemma to it. But I admire the hell out of police who didn't blow it off saying, they're just hookers. No. This is a very dangerous man stalking and, in essence, raping and beating women, and it needs to be stopped. But you need victims to help you to identify him, and you need victims to participate in the investigation. And if they disappear, you got nothing, and that makes it very, very difficult. In the middle of what Sheehan just described as a bad situation, getting worse on the north side. Sound familiar? Hell yeah, it sounds familiar. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is we have some daylight work happening on Route 28. Now, while you're trying to make the inbound ride toward town, maybe for the commute, you just have some stop and go at times between the 31st Street Bridge and the off-ramp for East Ohio Street or the North Shore Expressway. But do watch as you're traveling northbound through 3 o'clock today and then again tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. You could have crews working on the northbound Route 28 off-ramp to Delafield Avenue. That's exit 7. And then again at exit number 5A, that is for the 62nd Street Bridge that connects you to Route 8 South. So as crews are working there, you will find lane restrictions and slowdowns. No crews working on the Parkway West inbound, just backups greeting you right around the Parkway Center Mall overpass. Inbound on the Parkway East, you're at Edgewood Swissvale. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
My niece was getting engaged, and look, I took her to the spot. I took her to the place where they take care of you like family. Diamonds Direct. Whew. By the time she left there with her fiance, they were crying with joy. The thing is, from the time you walk in the door at Diamonds Direct, they embrace you like family. Would you like something to drink? Would you like champagne? Would you like a snack? I'm serious about this. What do you want to look at? Oh, this? Sure. How about that? Sure. It's a very, very personal, very, very intimate experience. Guess what my niece and her fiance did? They bought their engagement ring and just last week, their wedding bands from Diamonds Direct. It's an amazing, amazing business. Right across, right at the entrance to Ross Park Mall. Perfect location, Route 19. Check McKnight Road. Check it out.
Lowe's has the Labor Day deals you need to give your home a new look. Buy one, get one free select interior paint via Visa gift card rebate. Then add the final touch with 2 for $8 on select 2.5 or 3-quart mums. Refresh your home and save big while doing it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 9/3. Mums offer in-store only. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.
Savor every last drop of summer with Starbucks. From bold refreshers to rich cold brews, the sunniest season only gets better with a handcrafted iced beverage in your hand. Available for a limited time. Your summer favorites are ready at Starbucks.
Having a tough time paying your bills? Learn how to reduce your credit card debt to a fraction of what you owe. Call the Debt Helpline now for free advice. 800-329-9912. 800-329-9912.
We know you're uncertain about psychics. Is this fortune teller you found on a forum legit?
Your one true love is...
me! That's why California Psychics reject 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. New customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Get insights on the go. Download the California Psychics app today.
This Labor Day weekend, we're celebrating Bob's Discount Furniture's 200th store milestone with the entire Bob's family across the country. For more than 30 years, we've believed everyone deserves the home they love. That's why we brought our everyday low prices on furniture, mattresses, and more to over 200 locations from coast to coast and counting. Not to mention free treats for the whole family in our cafes. Celebrate Bob's Discount Furniture's 200 store milestone this Labor Day weekend.
Oh, my God. Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves with Active Liver from New Nordic. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, ShopRite, or online at Amazon or at newnordicusa.com.
So, An older woman in her 80s with cancer, it's a true story, reached out to me a week and a half ago. Poor thing, her roof is collapsing. I mean, literally collapsing. And she has a baby pool in the house to collect water. And NASCO Roofing's going to put a new roof on our house. It's that kind of company, man. It's that kind of service. It's that kind of commitment. NASCO Roofing. Labor. Fantastic. Pricing, fantastic. NASCO Roofing. 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000.
The late summer savings continue at Coombs Market.
California cantaloupes, $1.88 each, and Stone Ridge Creamery chocolate chip ice cream cookie sandwiches, 6-count packages, $5.88 each. Come see us at Coombs.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Hear about it. Then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So, this frightening scenario on the north side, the cops reported this as a, but describing this as a smaller white male driving a white pickup truck, who they believe is this sex offender. And they say it's been happening on the north side. They think maybe 2 months, at least 6 cases. So this is a problem. Sometimes the police exacerbate a situation or create a greater fear when they don't fill in the blanks. So let us do that for you. I'm not diminishing the value of this story or suggesting that it's not a big deal and that this guy needs to be stopped, because he does. However, according to my sources, the guy is picking up hookers that are walking the streets over there on the north side in a certain 4-block area, and that he rapes the hookers, beats them, doesn't pay them, and then leaves. And then they report this to police. I'm also told that the residents should now here's what happens with cops and the PIOs, public information officers, where they kind of confuse the public. Residents should take extra precautions, travel in groups, stay alert in public places. So what this infers or implies that, and I'm not trying to diminish the fact that women have been raped. I'm not. However, when you put out this information suggesting this is happening on the north side, and you say you should stay in groups and travel in during daylight hours, that sort of thing, it suggests that they believe there's a man randomly attacking women on the north side, when in fact that's not the case. I'm not saying they're lying. I'm saying sometimes they're wary of the sensitive nature of suggesting that they're hookers. How about you tell the police, the public, the damn truth, that these are sex workers that are being allowed to walk the streets of the north side, which should be stopped today, by the way. Who the hell allows this stuff? Who the hell thinks this is okay? That shouldn't occur for one day over there. Man, this isn't 1970 Liberty Avenue downtown. Come on, man. Jeez. When the hell are we going to decide that law and order matters in this town again? So now you have a virtual crime wave on the north side. This little white man is how he's being described in a pickup truck. Apparently, according to sources, is picking up hookers, raping them, assaulting them, refusing to pay them, and then leaving, and he's been doing it for 2 months. 2 things. There has to be video of him. There has to be. But here's the big deal. They can't get any of the victims to come forward now. Why? For the most part, and again, I am not demeaning these victims. They're victims. For the most part, they're sex workers who are drug addicts. So who the hell knows where they're at? Who the hell knows their state of mind? Because now the cops can't find any of the victims. So you know this. But what I also know is somebody better do something about the north side and the south side in downtown. Oh, Pittsburgh, we have a problem. So now we have rampant crime downtown. It's awful. Rampant crime on the south side. It's awful. And now we have a serial rapist on the north side attacking and beating sex workers. And we have sex workers on the north side. And drug addicts passing out in front of fancy restaurants on the north side. Someone better get it together here. Ralph, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, it's time for law and order, Marty.
This
is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Come on, Ralph.
Yes, it is.
Come on, man.
It is ridiculous. You're right. This stuff is it's unbelievable. I cannot believe what I'm hearing here. This is just, they let this stuff go on.
They do.
I mean, you know, it needs to stop.
Today, Ralph.
Exactly. Exactly. Take a stand.
Hey, call the damn National Guard if you don't have enough damn people.
Hey, Marty, I've been preaching that for almost a year now, and I'm glad that you're with me on this because I want them in here. I want them in here now.
Now, bring in 1,000, 10,000. If you can't do it, have someone else do it. Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, Marty, I'm just wondering, doesn't anybody have doorbell cameras or street cameras over in that area?
There's no
Have they
doubt.
investigated that
This
far?
is a great assessment and a great point. There's no doubt they have video of this guy in a truck or something.
Okay.
However, here's the problem, if you heard me mention this. So now the sex workers that reported the rape and the assault, they can't find them because they're drug addicts, and they can't find them. And so here we are.
Well, at least if they know who he is, they'll get him for something.
For something. Thanks, brother. It's a great assessment, and it's a great point. And Ralph is spot on.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free. Select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams. One-coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-220-6409 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-220-6409. That's 800-220-6409. What do you have to lose? Call 800-220-6409. Again, 800-220-6409.
We're all human with the same insecurities, doubting ourselves, thinking we're not worthy or good enough, believing those negative thoughts we think. Stop! Every last one of us is good enough to be the best version of ourselves. This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. Come to me, and together we'll change that way of thinking. Excess pounds will come off, you'll feel and look better, and thoughts will become positive. If you want to change, just call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
68 with overcast skies, areas of fog at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Hurricane Erin is beginning to slowly move away from the East Coast. Here's CBS meteorologist David Parkinson.
The tropical storm force wind field extends well beyond 200 miles. So we are going to be seeing the strongest wind gusts of this entire storm system hitting land today in the Carolinas.
Beaches as far north as New York City are closed, and Erin is producing rip currents from Florida to New England. Western Pennsylvania won't be affected, but as Erin moves away, a cooling trend starts with a front pushing through on Sunday.
And that'll give us that nice cool period where temperatures in the lows will be in the 50s, maybe some 40s, and the highs will be in the 70s.
That is Shannon Hefferon with the National Weather Service on the Big K Morning Show. She says we can expect as well very little rainfall for the next 10 days. The Salvation Army is partnering with U.S. Steel to collect donations for the families directly impacted by the Clairton Coke Works explosion. With details on that, here's News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
While U.S. Steel is directly supporting those impacted, the Salvation Army is also collecting donations to ensure those impacted receive the support they need. Community members can visit salvationarmywpa.org/steel online or text the word STEEL to 31333 to make a monetary donation. 100% of which will be distributed to the immediate families of the deceased, as well as those who suffered significant injuries and were or remain hospitalized. Donations for this fundraiser will be collected up until September 30th, and all donations will be managed by the Salvation Army. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
At this hour on Wall Street, the Dow is down 94 points at 44,844. The Nasdaq now up 3 points, and the S&P is down about 6. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:32. Our next update at 11. I'm Paul Rasmussen on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio, KDKA.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. All the time I'm talking about auto accidents, big crashes, big wrecks. Call 1-800-GET-PHIL or 412-281-5005. Look, Phil DiLucente and Associates, they're in Pittsburgh. They give free, that's right, free consultations. Phil and Ken Nolan, his partner, handle auto cases. I've worked with them a lot. So call 1-800-GET-PHIL. Call Ken Nolan and Phil DiLucente now at 1-800-GET-PHIL today. They're the Carlos best, is folks. my man from Greater Pitt Tree Service. I mean, we're good friends. He's done trees in our yard, trees in my neighbors' yards, trees in family members' yards. Why? Best in the business. Best pricing, best labor, best professional service I've ever seen in my life. He's on a job right now, and he does free jobs for World War II veterans. Amazing, amazing man. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
Hi, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland. You know, 90th anniversaries are a big deal. That's why AARP is joining forces with Social Security to celebrate its 90th anniversary. So what does that mean to you? Well, there are going to be free events throughout the area where you can win some prizes, learn more about Social Security, and find out what AARP is doing to help you. So how do you get more information? It's real simple. Go to aarp.org/local.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up, my friend?
All right, Marty, we have an accident on the roster right now. This one in Forest Hills, heads up on Ardmore Boulevard at the intersection with Braddock Road. That's a really busy intersection, a very big intersection. So crews are on the scene dealing with that accident, and certainly you'll find delays as you travel there. Maybe you're trying to get toward the Parkway East on Ardmore Boulevard, so factor that into your travel times. Once you're on the Parkway East, inbound delays greet you only right around Edgewood, Swissvale as you make your way to the Squirrel Hill tunnels. It's the outbound that's kind of beastly, backing for you right around to that on-ramp from Bates Street, 2nd Avenue, and the Boulevard of the Allies all the way out to the tunnels. That's a mile and a half of delays for you there. Parkway West on the inbound side, still kind of congested right around that on-ramp from the Parkway Center Mall area all the way down to the Fort Pitt tunnels. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds and some intervals of sun and humid for the rest of today with a thunderstorm or two. Any thunderstorm can generate flooding downpours and damaging winds, the high 78 to 82. It'll be warm and sticky tonight. A stray evening thunderstorm, partly to mostly cloudy overnight, those 67. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, inching through the week. A lot of kids are back in school, so there's that. Be careful out there driving. I mean it. I'm with you today on this Thursday. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6 here, KDK.
Man, as soon as we get further information on that situation on the north side, we will let you know. But it's a problem, obviously. Major league. So, I have talked to some players in the restaurant business, some players in the grocery business, some players in the chocolate business. All of my boys are getting spanked by tariffs. Now, look, they didn't reach out to me to complain. They're big boys, and oftentimes they eat it, using Billy Sayers as an example, $17,000 tariff on $100,000 worth of cocoa. Period. Pay it now. Not complaining, pointing it out. Several of my friends in the grocery business saying you're going to see prices go up 3 to 5% initially, and then further as this evolves. And two of my good friends that own great restaurants, Glenn Hawley owns Napa Prime and Off the Hook, and Joe Tambellini owns Tambellini's. And I just hung up on Glenn. Glenn, please call me back. I hung up on Glenn, Joe, so you could be on first.
I should be on first anyhow.
He's a bum. Hey, so everybody I know in your business is getting spanked, and I mean left and right. What are you seeing directly happening, Joe?
Well, directly on the imported stuff, it's like you're definitely going to get an increase. Stuff like San Marzano tomatoes, and I source a little bit more locally, so it's not so bad for me as some of the other references you made. But yeah, you're definitely going to get a little bit on the wine end of things. At that point, my list is more, of course, Italian and Californian. So I kind of lean a little bit more towards the Californian at this point. If you're going to, if the price, it's hard to tell on some of the pricing with some of that stuff where it's coming from.
It's going up. But Joey, let me get to this with you though, and I'm going to get to this with Glenn. All my boys that sell meat and say it's through the roof. So you're getting spanked with anything you buy, and your costs are exploding. That's fair, right?
Oh my God, it's not even explainable. Like the costs aren't. You can increase costs enough to offset the increases. It's insane. I mean, and I got to be fair. So it started, just post-COVID,
It did. We saw it with you. We did. We talked about this. Yes. Go.
And crazy. And it's just continuing, Everything's up so much that it's you, like I said, you can't offset it. You got to absorb it.
Joey, it's kicking your ass. Be honest, man. It's kicking your ass, is it not?
Yeah, it's absolute. You can't. You're absorbing it, and it gets to a point where it's like, how much more can you absorb? Again, people come up, and I'm sure Glenn's going to tell you the same thing. Yep. When you're considered more of like a special occasion place. Yep. And so people that aren't out as much, they come out for a special anniversary, a special birthday, and they get sticker shock. And I'm like,
it's true.
I'm sorry,
this is so damn true. This is so true.
It's across the board, Marty. It's just it is what it is. Between that, just everything's up exponentially.
And hold on, how much are you paying guys? How much are you paying guys an hour to make a salad right now?
I've had people. Let me just say this. I've had people scoff at $24 an hour.
That's 50 grand. That's 50 grand, by the way, to make salad.
Yeah, they go, oh no, for that. I'm like, Are you kidding me? I mean, I got guys right now. It's like, you're paying them salary for you're paying them salary for I'm doing 4 days a week. I'm doing Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah.
And I'm paying people more than I ever made before I had my own place.
Dishwashers, $150,000. Hey, hold on, Joey. Hold on, man. Glenn Hawley, I apologize for hanging up on you. Joe made me, said he wanted to be on first. Sorry, man.
I said, leave Glenn off.
I understand.
All right, Glenn.
He is the master.
I love Glenn Hawley, and I got to read a text from him, and this came in, and it actually had me and my wife talking because we love him, and we love his wife and the way they run their businesses. So I just reached out to him the other day and said, "How are you doing?" And he said, "This is actually amazing. King crab, $98 a pound. Your cost. That's a fact, right, Glenn?"
Correct.
Right. And what?
I mean, I can buy some of it at 80 or 82 right now, but yeah, it's probably averages for you guys out in the world 98 a pound right
Okay,
now.
so what was it back in the day?
30, 32, maybe 36 for king. Yeah.
Come on, Glenn. How about filet, man? What's filet at today?
Oh man, so if you're buying it cut, well, let's be fair. It depends upon if the restaurant's buying prime or upper 2/3 choice or just regular choice. But it can come into you on cut prices, which a lot of restaurants are doing, anywhere 36 to 42, maybe.
Come on, Glenn.
Oh yeah, the odd thing is, food always had cylindrical waves to it. It would peak, like beef prices would go up heading for Christmas, right? Fine. Swordfish would come off, right now or late summer because they're all running north, chasing the food, so they're much more abundant, right? So things were up and down. Right now, it goes up, and we've not seen a lot of down.
Hold on. This is actually a great observation. Joe, you've made this same assessment, Joe Tambolini. This is what I've seen. This plateau has lasted now for 2 friggin' years. You know what I mean, Joe?
Yeah, so usually, like Glenn's saying, like a lot of times there were opportunity buys, right? So there was a lot of something. They had an extra supply, so you could take advantage of that. Swordfish is running real good right now. It's abundant. We can buy it at a really good price and actually make a little bit of money on. What Glenn's saying is, it doesn't really happen anymore.
Hey, Glenn.
It just doesn't happen.
Glenn, you made an amazing observation that has to do with war and Ukraine. And the reason, give me the backstory about this crab, for instance, why it's $98 a pound. This is fascinating.
Well, part of the challenge is, unfortunately, the U.S. isn't aware, but probably 75-80% of our king crab comes out of technically Russian waters. So it's caught under Russian trawlers. So we now can't get that product because of the conflict and what's going on.
It's unbelievable.
So a bunch of it's going to the Chinese market, which is not neither here nor there for me specifically. But we also know that Russia's sitting on a bunch.
Wow.
But we also can't get product back from China. Even if China got it at a correct price and marked it up to get it to us, we can't use those. And some of that is tariff driven and some of the worldly problems out there.
Hey, Glenn, is this the hardest? And now I'll ask Joe. Glenn Hawley, who owns Off the Hook and Napa Prime, and I'm serious about this. I know we're friends, but 2 of the best restaurants I've ever been in my life. But Glenn, have you ever been in a more difficult circumstance than this outside of when you got blown up during COVID? Outside of that?
Difficulty is a tough word because, us guys in the restaurant world, we look at every single morning as opening day. Okay, what did we do yesterday that we cooked the filet wrong, or we didn't do this right, or how do we fix that for today? And sometimes we focus on, I've got guys out back right now fixing my walk-in freezer because it wasn't freezing. Imagine that.
Oh no.
So that's
there's $5,000.
$3,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my God.
you look at all of those things. So yes, it's challenging, but what's wild is the guests. They still love to eat out.
They do.
They really, really, really do. And we need to do the best that we can do. And there's, like Joe said, there's some people with sticker shock that maybe haven't been out in a little while, and they're like, what do you mean Chilean sea bass? Chilean sea bass, Marty. Chilean sea bass. 100,000 years ago, when I worked in California, we'd buy that stuff. It was a throwaway fish.
Yeah, it's not even really Chilean sea bass. But go ahead.
Correct. They changed the name to call it sea bass because you put sea bass on anything, you can charge way more money for it. Now it'll run our costs $27 to $30 a pound.
Wow!
And people, I go, well, you got to go to Whole Foods and try and buy it there.
Right on.
And they're like, oh, you're right, we did see it.
Can you both hang around for a minute? Can you hang around? Can you guys hang?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, hang around, fellas. It's important stuff. Everything they say, they're kind of the bellwether for this town in my world because they know everyone and everyone comes there, and they've had insane success. And what they're saying rings true for so many people in the restaurant business and in the food business. It's happening right now. It's fascinating. It's difficult too. I commend them, man. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Alan Gamble, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is an accident. This in Forest Hills. Watch out on Ardmore Boulevard. That's Route 30 at the intersection with Braddock Road. As crews are working to clear that, you will find slowdowns through the intersection in both directions. The Parkway East on the inbound townbound direction is stacking for you right around Edgewood Swissvale, so not quite giving up the morning rush hour slowdowns there. And then you have construction slowdowns on the outbound side of the Parkway East, of course, squeezing through that single-lane traffic pattern at the tunnels and out by the Commercial Street Bridge. That has you backed for a mile and a half before you even reach the tunnels. So before that Bates Street on-ramp is where you'll get in line there. 28 southbound a little heavy between the 31st Street Bridge and the off-ramp for East Ohio Street, and the Parkway West inbound continues to stack for you right around the runaway truck sand pile, sometimes stretching back with delays as far back as the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Hey, folks, Marty here, Voss TV and Appliance. You'll find the best prices and selection, name brand TVs and appliances. Third-generation family business that's built on relationships, not commissions. From sales, installation, at Voss, Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team are experts who know appliances and TVs inside and out. They won't leave you hanging after the sale. Visit Voss, South Hill Showroom, 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. The best prices guaranteed.
It's the second annual KDKA Radio Kickoff Classic live at the Wolverina, presented by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. The best high school football showcase to begin the 2025 season on Friday and Saturday, August 22nd and 23rd. North Allegheny versus Woodland Hills, Central Catholic versus LaSalle College on Friday. On Saturday, it's McKeesport versus Delaware Valley, Steel Valley versus Westinghouse, and Elizabeth Forward versus West Mifflin. $13 per ticket or weekend passes, just $25. Get your tickets at kdkradio.com.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times. But when you need us, we're here for you. And we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I'm with Rocco Florio of Air Pro Heating and Cooling, a trusted HVAC company that carries quality Bryant products and serves the entire Pittsburgh area. Rocco, what's up on prices for furnaces and air conditioning equipment?
Larry, it's best for people to purchase now, as equipment prices are going up in the coming months. AirPro takes pride in our prices. We are lower than the competition and provide financing options and long warranties.
Call AirPro Heating and Cooling today at 800-749-0642. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Want a health plan that travels with you? With UPMC Health Plan, you can access care wherever you are. That's access to UPMC doctors and hospitals, an extensive network of local providers, plus urgent and emergency care nationwide through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network. What's more, you get 24/7 access to virtual care. All this with award-winning customer service from their healthcare concierge team. When you're given a choice for health insurance, choose the best. Choose UPMC Health Plan.
My niece was getting engaged. And look, I took her to the spot. I took her to the place where they take care of you like family. Diamonds Direct. Whew. By the time she left there with her fiance, they were crying with joy. The thing is, from the time you walk in the door at Diamonds Direct, they embrace you like family. Would you like something to drink? Would you like champagne? Would you like a snack? I'm serious about this. What do you want to look at? Oh, this? Sure. How about that? Sure. It's a very, very personal, very, very intimate experience. Guess what my niece and her fiance did? They bought their engagement ring and just last week, their wedding bands from Diamonds Direct. It's an amazing, amazing business. Right across, right at the entrance to Ross Park Mall. Perfect location, Route 19. Check McKnight Road. Check it out.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Karen from Maryland asks, I'm a 72-year-old widow, and I've always handled the finances and investments, but now feel I need some tax strategy advice. Karen, I think what you might be looking for is a fee-only planner, someone who will map out a plan for you, a plan that you'll be able to take with you and execute on your end. The best way to find one is to go to napfa.org. That's NAPFA.org. Just pop in your zip code and you should be able to find some options. Start interviewing people until you find the right match. Good luck.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, we offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options to cover your small business needs and more. Visit Progressive.com today.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So when the restaurants get spanked, the supermarkets are getting spanked. Let me go through some of the stuff getting spanked supermarkets. 15% tariff on a lot of tropical fruit. How about this? New Zealand lamb, 15%. How about this? Imports of shrimp from India, 50%. How about that? Imports of 35% on aluminum cans from China. Crazy. How about this? Bananas, cocoa, coffee, seafood, spices, 20%. As I mentioned, Billy Sarris, Sarris Candy, $17,000 on $100,000 worth of cocoa. And so I have Glenn Holly with Napa Prime and Off the Hook, and Joe Tambellini with Tambellini's. So, gentlemen, the ripple effect comes to your restaurant and then to the check at the table. And it's tough for you to absorb all this, is it not, gentlemen? Go ahead first, Glenn.
Well, sure. Again, any business evaluates their cost.
Yep.
I don't think any business just jumps on every single price increase that comes through. You're going to evaluate. You're going to take a look. You might talk to your purveyors. You might switch to a different distributor, maybe, depending on the product or the item. But then normally, most all businesses, and including us restaurants, we watch it for a little while, and go, nope, we got to take that up $1, or that's got to go up 50 cents, or wow, this other supplier, has got, they're a nickel less on crab meat, so let me buy some crab meat from them for a while or something. But you don't immediately react, but you do. We are acutely aware of our food costs because it makes up a bunch of profitability.
Hey, Joe, have you had to raise prices, brother?
Oh, yeah, prices have had to gone up, of course. And I think the challenge in the I'm going to refer to it as the post-COVID era.
Sure.
I think the challenge there was when some of the main products went up. We talk about Chilean sea bass or filet, crab meat, etc. The challenge is the salt. My line is the salt price increased, and I say the salt. I use the salt as a reference because, like, salt's your base thing, right? Like, so there's salt and then everything above it, So salt increased, meaning changing out a fryer, it doubled.
Wow.
Buying to-go containers doubled.
Wow.
I think the Ukraine, when the Ukraine war first broke out, a lot of that type of aluminum that you use for, catering pans, some of your to-go containers and what have you, that increased exponentially. That actually corrected a little bit. I don't know if it's sourced from a different place.
Hey, both of you guys, though, has the market softened? Have consumers said, I don't want to pay that right now? Glenn first. Have people slowed down?
Not for us.
Okay.
Thank the Lord. Probably because, again, we keep our nose to the grindstone and try to put out the best possible product and do it correct for every single guest, which then that equates to the guest enjoying it. I'm not saying the rest of our industry doesn't pay attention, but, fortunately, our seafood thing is a little bit specialized. And steak, everybody's got a fish on a menu, everybody's got a steak on a menu. We kind of specialize in both of those areas, and we put out a quality product.
So your revenue hasn't changed dramatically?
Well, no, but you got to be careful there, because if you're talking top-line revenue, well, that goes up, of course, when you take price increases.
That's true.
So you could do the same guest count, yet, you've got to watch it's really about guests in the door, or I call it butts in the seats. If I'm allowed to say that on the air, I guess.
You are, go ahead.
You need to, that's where it all starts, is you still have the same guest count coming through your door, and then you watch their spending habits.
How about you, Joey? Have you seen a change?
So I'm doing in 4 days. I'm doing similar revenue to what I was doing in 6 days.
Oh.
The bottom line is nowhere near what So I'm doing the same gross numbers. The net numbers are
kicking your ass.
The costs are just it's not offset. And what I do get a little bit in my place, I'm seeing a trend of people a little bit relaxed on alcohol, for instance. They just don't have that. They don't have that second drink, or the appetizers might be a little less, and people ordering just an appetizer for dinner, for instance. Again, I'm seeing a little bit more and more of that lately, and then maybe I'm just paying attention to it more. But yeah, there's definitely a little. I'm like Glenn. Both again. Me being I'm a little more special occasion, not than Glenn, but than other restaurants.
Nope.
But a little more special occasion. So people tend to be celebrating like when they're out. So they kind of maybe let their hair down a little bit. But yeah, the cost, it's like
killing you. I love you both, guys. Love you both. Gotta go. Appreciate the honesty, my man. Appreciate you.
Love you, Marty.
Two of the best operators in America, and they tell the truth. Makes a difference.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Late summer savings continue at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. Save with your Coons Reward Card. All natural, boneless pork loin chops. Buy one, get one of equal or lesser value for free. Extra large California cantaloupes are $1.88 each. And Stone Ridge Creamery chocolate chip ice cream cookie sandwiches. 6-count packages, $5.88 each. Additional savings at our meat department. USDA Choice semi-boneless New York strip steaks, $9.99 a pound. And wild-caught Alaskan sockeye salmon fillets are $12.99 a pound. In our produce department, large fresh artichokes, 99 cents each, and California green or red seedless grapes are $1.99 a pound. In our deli department, Boar's Head Oven Gold turkey breast, $11.49 a pound, and Boar's Head American cheese is $6.99 a pound. And this week, 1,000 sheets per roll Scott paper bath tissue, 12 roll packages, $8.99 each.
So get in on the late summer savings happening right now at Coons Market. Coons Market, the Pittsburgh tradition.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
The best breakfast, the best French toast I've ever had in my life, and that's a long life. The thick-cut French toast, cinnamon bread, bananas, strawberries. Whoo! Oakmont Bakery. Unbelievable breakfast. Plus, the breakfast sandwiches are absolutely insanely good. Open 7 days, 6 a.m. Delicious.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 69. Skies are overcast at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Police are investigating reported sex assaults on the north side, and investigators say they may be linked to one person. An alert was issued last night about a series of sexual assaults in the early morning hours. No specifics were provided about the locations of the assaults, but police say the suspect is described as a smaller white man driving a white pickup truck. Investigators believe he may be a repeat offender, and patrols are being increased as a result on the north side. Residents are advised to travel in groups, stay alert in public, and report anything suspicious with a call to 911. A Philadelphia man is accused of driving a 17-year-old girl to Pittsburgh to have sex with another man for $200. Darnell Foster was arrested by Northern Regional Police in an undercover operation after an officer monitoring an escort website replied to an ad Tuesday night and agreed to meet Foster and the teen at the Doubletree in Cranberry. Frederick Woodward with the Acervo Project, a nonprofit fighting human trafficking and child exploitation, told KDKA TV he has this advice for parents.
They have to be aware of who they're talking to, first of all, and their intent. A lot of times these people can be very persuasive. Monitor their online presence, their phones, and who they're talking to online.
Foster is charged with trafficking, prostitution, and exploitation crimes and was denied bail. The Public Library of Science says a majority of teens with depression in the U.S. aren't receiving treatment. Now, the nonprofit, for example, cites research that shows over 61% of the Pennsylvania teenagers who experienced a major depressive episode did not receive treatment. The study says the problem is fueled by the pandemic's impact, social media influence, academic pressure, and adversity. A fundraiser for the rebuild of Riley's Poorhouse in Carnegie is this Saturday at the Grand Hall at the Priory on the north side. Priory owner John Graff says the fundraiser from 1 to 9 p.m. Saturday features 5 bands,
including some pretty big names from Pittsburgh. If people are familiar with the Low Kings, that's a very popular Irish band from here.
Graff is a Riley family friend and a longtime patron of the Poorhouse, which was destroyed by fire back in November. A retired Providence, Rhode Island judge who gained fame from viral videos showing him being kind and compassionate when dealing with people before his bench has died. Judge Frank Caprio was best known for the Yes, Your Honor, Yes, Dear case, where a woman hauled her husband into court to blame him for a speeding ticket.
Now, let me finish.
Okay.
You go through this every day?
Yes, Your Honor. We've been happily married for 43 years, right? Yes, dear.
Caprio died peacefully Tuesday after a long battle with pancreatic cancer. He was 88. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 99 points at 44,840. The NASDAQ is down 4 points, and the S&P is down 8. KDKA Sports. The Steelers wrap up the preseason tonight at Carolina against the Panthers, and the Bucs have a day off. They'll be hosting the Rockies tomorrow night. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. Recently lost health insurance or don't have insurance through an employer? Call One Health Benefits at 724-799-8873 for affordable options. 69 and overcast in Pittsburgh. The AAA traffic and AccuWeather forecast are next.
Hey, friends, my buddy Robert Levin and his team have a Labor Day sale going on now that's packed with incredible savings. Check it out. You get it all with nothing down. Start with an extra 25% off store-wide. Then save even more on hot buys. Sofas as low as $4.99. Lazy Boy recliners, $3.95. Plus, special financing for 5 full years with no down payments on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. Beat the crowds. Amazing savings. Levin Furniture. Check it out.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi from 93.7 The Fan for the Power of Bowser. Your next adventure starts with the all-new redesigned Hyundai Palisade from Bowser Hyundai. Right now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Bowser Hyundai, get away with 0% APR for 60 months, plus no payments for 90 days on a 2025 Palisade. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. 36 months, 10,000 miles per year. $29.99 total due at signing. With credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends August 31st.
Well, that's the power of Bowser. Yeah.
Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
Hey, Marty, and right now on the Parkway East, you have traffic going on both sides. On the inbound side, you'll have backups pushing back to right around the Edgewood Swissvale exit. The inbound side, you'll have delays pushing all the way back to the Bended Bates going into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. Parkway West inbound has some slowdowns right by the Parkway Center Drive on-ramp, and also some slowdowns on the North Shore Expressway right as you get onto the lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge. Likewise as well for the Parkway East, trying to get onto the Fort Pitt Bridge. The bathtub section is jammed right now. Our next AAA traffic is at 11:15. I'm Brandon Rossai on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be humid with changeable skies for the rest of today. A thunderstorm or two. Watch for downpours and gusty winds with any thunderstorm. The high 78 to 82. A leftover thunderstorm in spots this evening. Partly to mostly cloudy, warm and muggy overnight, those 67. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
A trial is 99% preparation, and nobody prepares better than us. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
When you hire our firm, you become part of the family. Nobody messes with family. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
This September, join us in honoring the 40 heroes of Flight 93, the first defenders of America, on September 11th, 2001. Visit the award-winning Remember Me Rose Garden, a volunteer-led memorial just a quarter mile from the Flight 93 National Memorial. Walk among 3,000 roses and perennials, 1.5 acres of wildflowers, and 50 flowering trees, a peaceful 13-acre place for remembrance and reflection. Free admission. Learn more at remembermerosegarden.org.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-969-0686 and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-969-0686. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-969-0686 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-969-0686.
Hey, this is Lisa. You'll only find me at Nest Expressions Window Fashions in Wexford. Blind shades, shutters, and draperies are my passion. Call me 724-933-5500, nestexpressions.com.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
So, this isn't redundant, but it's disturbing nonetheless. And it's a sign of an illness that's pervasive. There's a cancer in this town, and honestly across America, with crime and criminals, and in particular young criminals. As we reported in the last week or so with data given to me by sources, there are several hundred juvenile offenders out there right now. Felons roaming the streets with guns and drugs and money. It's the truth. And the irony of it and the tragedy of it is, what did they say? Almost 10 of them are supposed to be in custody with ankle monitors, but they don't and they aren't, and they're dead. So they should be in juvenile custody because they're bad guys and girls, but they aren't because they can't. Some of them cut off their ankle monitors 7 times, and now they're dead. This is bizarre stuff. To add insult to it, I get this from a source, and this from a big shot judge. And it says this, and it's shocking. Marty, and I have 10 pages of records here. 15 years old. He shot 4 victims. So he's a mass friggin' shooter. 15. Aww. The judges don't think they're competent to stand trial. Wow. Thank goodness this particular judge denied bond. And by the way, this wonderful little 15-year-old hijacked a car with a rifle. When I was 15, I was still delivering papers, man. I had a Raleigh Grand Prix I was so proud of. I was making out with Janet Friday, my first girlfriend. These kids are 19 levels past that and professional killers. And I knew my boy, Jim Klingesmith, who's more connected than Jesus and has a career in law enforcement, that he would find this compelling and more information. Jim, I don't want to shock you because I can't anymore, but this just piles on this tragedy we've been talking about, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty numb to what's going on anymore. I can't even believe what I found today. So, Aaron Reddick's going to be charged as an Act 33, which is an adult charge if you're a juvenile. 4 counts criminal, 10 homicide. 4 they're felony ones. 4 felony 1 aggravated assaults. 1 carrying a firearm without a license. 6 counts reckless endangerment of another person. 1 count criminal conspiracy. 1 count possession of firearm by a minor. They did a mass shooting. There was 50-plus rounds fired. They found empty magazines, casings laying everywhere. So he actually reported his car stolen, and it was recovered, I believe, in Mount Oliver because it was used in some aspect of this. And then they got caught in a stolen 2013 Honda, I believe it was. Wow. And that's when they took off from the cops and got chased, and a couple guns were recovered. And
it's unbelievable.
For 5 days. 5 days. So then I get information. I made a call, and I found out something that actually makes me sick. So Aaron Reddick was involved. He's part of the Kia crew.
Oh, my goodness.
Part of
goodness.
Rock's Bow Township Kia crew that's going around doing robberies of gun stores, 5, 6, 7, 800. They can't keep track of all the money that it's costing, these businesses and so forth. But he's in the neighborhood. They all live in Skyline Terrace.
Unbelievable.
Rocks. They all live within yelling distance of each other. They all run around, do the crimes together. I can't get the information on the other 4 that were in the car, but I believe in getting information that a couple of those kids are part of that Kia crew. So Reddick's in 2023 did an armed robbery / burglary and everything else up in Mercer or Lawrence County in 2023. He was sent to George Jr., which is a juvenile facility, I believe, in Butler. I wasn't even aware it was still open.
Unbelievable.
He got in early 2025 and goes out and does a mass shooting.
My man, he's 15. He's a friggin' career criminal.
Yes. Every time Reddick's name comes up, everybody I talk to knows somebody in their family because they're like a criminal crime wave over there, that family.
15 years old, brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by the way, these are the same wonderful kids that the judges say, you know what? He's too young to understand what he's doing. I can't hold him for trial. Send him home to mommy. You've seen this a dozen times, haven't you, sir?
It's a never-ending story. I thought it was just Judge Sizemore and maybe one other judges. It's contaminated the whole juvenile court system. I just found out today they haven't held an Act 33 case in criminal court unless it's a homicide in years. They don't do it. They send everything over to juvenile. They're not going to charge them as adults. We can't get them to charge them as juveniles. We can't get them to charge them as adults. It's Allegheny County. Lawrence County or Mercer figured it out. They sent him away for a little bit.
My man, he's a mass shooter, brother. A mass shooter.
Yeah. He is. He's 15-year-old mass shooter.
Can you hang, man?
Yes, sir.
This is a new low. The report's I have 12 pages here. The charges are insane. It looks like a telephone book of charges. He's 15. Think about when you were 15. This kid's a mass shooter and an organized crime figure. Fact. It's a fact. Wow. Woo! From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
Hey, Marty, it's Brandon, and right now on the Parkway East, you got
my man Brandon. I'm sorry for the disrespect, brother.
All good, Marty, all good. But on the Parkway East right now, you have traffic building up on both sides. Inbound is backed up to right around the Edgewood-Swissvale exit. Outbound side, you'll be pushing back to the Bend at Bates all the way into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. Parkway West isn't looking too bad right now, but a slight tap of the brakes as you enter the Fort Pitt Tunnel. Also some delays as well in the bathtub section merging from the Parkway East to the Fort Pitt Bridge, likewise on the North Shore Expressway. Our next AAA traffic report at 11:35. I'm Brandon Rossi on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
So, an older woman in her 80s with cancer, it's a true story, reached out to me a week and a half ago. Poor thing, her roof is collapsing. I mean, literally collapsing. And she has a baby pool in the house to collect water. And NASCO Roofing is going to put a new roof on our house. It's that kind of company, man. It's that kind of service. It's that kind of commitment. NASCO Roofing. Labor. Fantastic. Pricing, fantastic. NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000. All right, Patrick, you ate at Hofstad's about a week ago. How good was it?
Amazing.
Right?
Delicious.
And he's a food snob. So add to that, Hofstad's has prime rib Mondays. My boy, the restaurant king, JK. Prime rib Mondays, Hofstad's. Dry rubbed, slow roasted, hand carved prime rib with au jus. I love saying that. Au jus. 2 sides, Mondays, Hofstad's, Oakmont, 4 to 9, prime rib, brothers and sisters, go for it. Always talking about the Bowser experience, so here it is. You know, we're about to have 5 Bowser cars, so one of the leases is turning over, and so we want to buy the car. My man Dave at Bowser, my man Mark at Bowser, they're on the phone with us. They got us, I swear, they got us a deal that we could buy that car. And now that car is worth more to us than the street value out there if we just bought it off the streets, off a lot somewhere. It's that kind of dealership. I'm telling you, the Bowser folks work their tails off to make sure, as a consumer, you get the best deal, the best product. We had a car that was hit. They immediately gave us a replacement, immediately put the call in for the parts, and fixed a car that was hit in 10 days. Try that somewhere else. It's an experience like no other. The Bowser family makes you part of their family. Bowser, the only car we will ever have, a Bowser car.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kenodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
2D Mechanical Systems, Pittsburgh's HVAC, plumbing, and electric leaders, is a family business that I truly admire. 2D culture is built on ethics, service, and making a difference in our community. 2D Mechanical Systems, they're the people you want working in your home.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I don't know where it begins. I really don't know where it ends. I don't. I'm kind of tied at the hip to Jim Klingensmith, and thank God, because he's such an insider, and he's so honest about it, and he's such a law and order guy. And the both of us, we see this madness. And the judges are tied in now, too, because they send me all this stuff. So you know, there's about 8 woke judges. The rest of them are just hacked off. They want to burn it down. And also blames Zapala. Where the hell's he at? I mean, this kid's a one-man crime wave, and I've, with Jim, have mentioned on this show this crime wave of teens. They're hooligans, they're bums, they're thugs, whatever they're, gangbangers, whatever you want to call them. That's what they are. And they're friggin' 15 years old, and he's a friggin' mass shooter. And finally, Jim, this judge sends me a text. I denied bond, but that does not guarantee that this young man won't be out of jail. And it does not guarantee that he'll ever spend any time in prison, does it, sir?
No guarantees there. I also found out today, I don't know if I said it earlier, but the incompetent to stand trial ruling from the juvenile cases, it's being abused by those judges. It's a one-time per case ruling, the way an attorney broke it down and explained it to me. It's not for every single case or every single incident that they're involved with. So they're taking an incompetent to stand trial at 12 and 13, and they're on to these kids till they're 18. So it's supposed to be a case-by-case basis. There's no evaluation. There's no mental health brought in. There's no counselors discussed. This is a decision the judge makes in a mere seconds and says, he's incompetent to stand trial. I don't think he realizes that he's robbing all these gun stores.
Help me with the lunacy of that. They're highly organized, actually very, very intricate, detailed robberies. This isn't some idiot that fell on their head.
Yeah. So then, like I said, they're grooming criminals to get better.
They are.
Become more.
They are.
To become more violent, to become more dangerous. You know, they're using every weapon in the book.
Kid, go out there and do better next time.
Yeah, they did a mass shooting, and they're driving around 5 days later in the same car. They don't care. They know they're not going to get prosecuted. They know they're going to get slapped on the wrist. And by the way, his nickname in the hood is AB. That's what they call him.
You're kidding.
All right. His name's AB.
So while we're on the air, a judge sends me this, along the lines of what we're saying. At 20th and East Carson Street, 4 teenagers, all males, Duquesne City, 12:30 at night. Police surveillance, smoking weed, 5 guns in the car. 5 guns in the damn car. 5 teenagers. August 9th.
That's what they do, and nothing's going to happen. Where's the other 4 charges? They're not going after them for an Act 33 because it's a waste of time, from what I'm understanding, and they're not even going to waste their time with an Act 33 charge. They're just going to probably let it go straight to juvenile. They were involved in a mass shooting and a carjacking. You know, didn't they shove a rifle in some lady's face?
It's unbelievable.
They shoved a rifle in some lady's face to steal her car.
There's only one way this gets fixed, and that's law and order. That's it. That the light goes on at some point. Yes? Right?
Right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I want to see the politicians step up.
Yes.
I want to see court on or call the station and say, I'm not going to address crime. I'm going to attack.
I agree.
I'm going to wipe it off the map. I'm going to do this, do that. Do whatever you need. I don't care. Call the governor. Get the National Guard in here. Okay, but start with an investigation in juvenile court. Get them woke things out of there who aren't doing anything but more destruction to our community. They don't protect us. They don't care about us. They want those kids on the street for whatever reason, just because that's what they believe in. And they don't do their job.
Who the hell in the right mind? Who would ever imagine in our lifetime he's a 15-year-old professional killer? Mass shooting.
Can you even imagine? It's the never-ending story, the never-ending nightmare. And the sad thing, these judges, they sit up there and smile like they're doing such a great job.
I think you're right. I think he's right. I think they think they're protecting these young men.
They're smiling, happy, and he's a nice kid. He's only 12. Let's send him to a 1-week don't be a criminal class. He'll be fine.
Oh, no. Or Sarah's plan to build Schumann with skylights in a garden. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Mr. Rogers murals.
If that's what she wants to do, to have open bays and have free roaming.
Put her in there for a night.
Building as they please. Make sure she works the very first night shift there. And then I want to be there opening the door in the morning and see what we find.
I'd like to see her in there for 10 minutes, man. Oh, hi, I'm Sarah.
Disgusting,
All
brother.
we're going to do is keep beating that hammer till someone listens, my man, because people are listening. Are they not? You get a ton of feedback, and so do I.
I'm getting more phone calls, more responses. I'm getting more important people calling me. People are starting to ask questions. What's going on down at Crimson? Why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they doing that? So people are starting to realize they do not follow the rules of procedure. It's a free-for-all.
It's a joke. He's a mass shooter. Come on.
A week ago, we still had 4 cases coming through that they're postponing because the victim showed up.
Wow.
4 cases. We're going on a year and a half now on his case.
Wow. We're protecting mass shooters who are 15 years old. That's just
grooming them.
My brother, thank you.
Yes, sir.
The legend. It's amazing stuff. It's all bizarre.
This Labor Day weekend, we're celebrating Bob's Discount Furniture's 200th store milestone with the entire Bob's family across the country. For more than 30 years, we've believed everyone deserves the home they love. That's why we brought our everyday low prices on furniture, mattresses, and more to over 200 locations from coast to coast and counting. Not to mention free treats for the whole family in our cafes. Celebrate Bob's Discount Furniture's 200 store milestone this Labor Day weekend.
Oh, my God.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/life. That's ethos.com/life.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. You want a new physical therapy experience? You want a treatment plan centered on you? Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, is spelled different, because they are different. Monroeville Physical has new technology and an expert staff to give you a personalized experience to get you back to loving your life. Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200. They help me dramatically. Love Physical. Check it out.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's overcast and 69 at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. A federal grand jury has indicted a Westview man on child exploitation and pornography charges. 35-year-old Kevin Brown Jr. is accused of manipulating a minor to participate in explicit pornography he was producing. He's also accused of receiving and possessing child sex abuse material. If guilty, Brown could be sentenced up to 30 years in prison, fined up to $250,000, or both. Duquesne Light pulled out at the last minute from an Allegheny County storm response meeting to address days of widespread power outages. This is after April's heavy storms. News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado has more.
State Representative Abigail Salisbury lashed out at Duquesne Light for backing out of the meeting just 2 hours and 15 minutes before it was to start. Salisbury says trying to figure out what went wrong and how to prevent future mass outages depends on everyone, including the power company, coming to the table. For its part, Duquesne Light says it will be there, but at a new date in September. Duquesne Light issued a statement saying it began to identify ways to do things better even before everyone's power was restored, and that it has been talking to its customers and elected officials, as well as getting feedback from 1,000 employees to see what they could be doing better. David Ballarado, News Radio, KDKA.
A fried chicken chain is looking for a franchisee in the Pittsburgh area. Zaxby's, a Georgia-based company with over 900 restaurants, is known for its chicken tenders, wings, and sauces. The company already has signed deals for locations in Philadelphia, Columbus, and other northeastern cities. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 95 points at 44,843. The NASDAQ down 39 points. The S&P is down 13. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:31. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Pittsburgh. Are you ready to relive the magic? Almost Queen, a tribute to Queen, is taking the stage at Rivers Casino on Friday, September 19th. Experience the look, the power, and all the legendary hits all in one place. From Bohemian Rhapsody to Another One Bites the Dust, you'll be dancing all night long. Visit riverscasino.com for tickets. And don't miss Almost Queen, a tribute to Queen live. We'll see you there.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free. Select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams. One-coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
It's Marty. Check this out, folks. We have a resource right here in Pittsburgh. Helps people through all things Medicare. They make it simple. Your best options, and they don't cost you anything. Ever. This is what makes MediConnect the top-rated firm in our region for guidance with your health care. Your insurance company treats you like an actuarial number. MediConnect treats you like the priority. 888-818-6334. MediConnectInsurance.com. I spend just about every night now at UPMC Montefiore with my sister Barb, who is fighting the fight, pancreatic cancer. The greatest nurses, the greatest doctors, the greatest attentive staff I've ever been around. Every single hour, every single staff member dedicated to her fight against the warrior from hell, I call it, pancreatic cancer. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend, Brandon, what's up?
Hey, Marty. Once again, the traffic pretty much has seemingly stayed at a standstill since our last reports about 20 minutes ago. For those that missed it, Parkway West inbound, not nearly as bad, but you'll be tapping the brakes right by the runaway truck sand pile entering the tunnels. Outbound side, you'll have some delays pushing back as you enter the lower deck of the four-pit bridge. Parkway East remains very steady, especially on the outbound side, pushing back to the bend at Bates, while the inbound side, again, not nearly as bad, just a little delay right by the Edgewood Swissvale exit. Our final report of the morning at 11:45. And with AAA Traffic, I'm Brandon Rossi on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be humid with intervals of clouds and sun, a thunderstorm or two, any of which can produce downpours and damaging wind gusts, the high 78 to 82. A stray evening thunderstorm, partly to mostly cloudy and muggy overnight, those 67. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, inching through the week. A lot of kids are back in school, so there's that. Be careful out there driving. I mean it. I'm with you today on this Thursday. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6 here, KDK.
Well, we have been following this story for a couple of years now because we have self-interest in Oakland. We have a lot of friends that work there. We all end up going there for medical treatment. I have 2 daughters in school there. And my boy, Mike Fisher, who you fondly know as Pittsburgh Scanner Mike, is very tied into this area and knows his stuff better than anyone. So, there are a couple intersections there that are classified as dangerous as hell, where there have been a significant number of fatalities. In fact, Mike joins us. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Marty, good morning. Doing great.
And in fact, you have, am I wrong here, but just correct me if I am, you've seen a couple accidents at these crazy intersections and crosswalks, right?
Marty, yes, sir. I have seen it. I'm sure a lot of people who work at Pitt and UPMC have seen it throughout their tenure here.
All right, so we sent you some info, and he's really good at this stuff because he gives a damn, that suggests that, well, this is a text they sent out, Pitt Police sent out on X. We've installed always stop at Forbes and Bigelow intersection where pedestrians will be able to cross in any direction, only on a walk sign. And the pedestrian exclusive phase will occur at the conclusion of every traffic cycle. So explain what they did and tell me if you think it's better there, because he knows this stuff.
Marty, yesterday I take a little gander down to that intersection. What happens is instead of having your intersections, you have, let's say you have your green light, you have people also crossing the traffic with you. Let's say you're turning right, you sit there forever. That doesn't happen anymore. It's either the pedestrians move or the cars move. And honestly, this is an amazing change.
Oh.
So, for example, this is a great change because you don't have to say you're making a left. I'm going down 5th. I want to go in front of the cathedral. I go make a left every day to go home. Some days you sit there for many lights. Now there's no one impeding you. You don't have to yield because they're not supposed to move.
Oh.
So traffic flows much better. The risk of people getting hit is much lower if they're paying attention. But I think this is a great thing, and it should be expanded. Like, I have some hot spots. I'd love to see them move across Oakland.
So
this is good.
So they just say, what is it? Signal phasing that allows pedestrians to cross any leg of the intersection, including diagonally. This is kind of crazy.
It's a little nuts. I like it.
Wow. Freely. All vehicular signals are red. All pedestrian signals show walk. Increases pedestrian safety by removing conflicting vehicular movements. Wow. It's actually so
conflicting vehicular movements. I like it.
So they stop everything, and then you can walk whichever way you want, in essence, right?
Yeah, so you don't have to even cross twice. You can go across diagonally. I've seen people do that. Wow. And it's instead of having to wait for two lights, you just go off you go. And you get 30 seconds. I watched the counter. You get 30 seconds to hoof it across. Then everyone stops, and the cars keep moving. So that should reduce the chance significantly if everyone plays by the rules.
Because, my man, this is no joke. There have been several deaths there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've known people hit. I've known people killed in these intersections.
And you think they should do this all over town?
Oh, my goodness. This is incredible. Just sitting there you asked me, hey, you want to go sit at a light for a while? I'm like, why would I do that? But I went and sit there.
All right.
I thought, this is it. This can help a lot of people stay out of the hospital. This could help a lot of accidents from not happening. And I think it's great.
Wow. I'm glad to hear that. And I don't know, man. I don't know what the cost is. Is this terribly costly?
Oh, I hope not. They just have to reprogram the lights. That's all. Well, I don't remember how much that costs.
And it looks like did they put different markings on the street? I can't tell by the pictures you sent. I don't know.
There are different markings on the street. They're more defined.
Okay.
You can definitely see them now. Sometimes they were faded, but they seem very clear right now.
And the intersection that you sent us is really, really busy and really, really confusing.
Oh, yeah, that is a big one. It's 5th and Bigelow, and there is a lot going on. 4 lanes of traffic going in, different cuts. There's a bike lane. There's little, I guess, cycle barriers. There's a lot happening. If you're not from around here or familiar with this, it can get confusing.
All right, and I want to point that out. So we were there Saturday and Sunday moving the girls into Pitt. I want to point out something that's unnerving. And I watched this happen. So as you step onto, because kids are all moving with those carts, and as you step onto Fifth Avenue to cross to get into the dorms, the buses are in a bus lane that now comes from the opposite direction. And I got to be honest, it scares the hell out of you. And I got to be even more honest. There were people there not from the area. They didn't notice, and it scared the hell out of them, and they almost got hit by a bus because they weren't paying attention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Marty, it's a very big thing. Someone's going to get hit by a bus this year. That's why there's a bunch of signs and markings saying, please look left, bus coming.
They do. It's actually painted on the street. It says, please look left. But I got to be honest with you, I didn't.
Who reads them? Yeah, no one does.
And I watched a couple kids, and we all do stupid things in traffic. I don't know how you can avoid that other than you think, because I think that's an accident waiting to happen, because you don't expect a bus to come from the opposite direction. Do you, sir?
You really don't. It's quite unexpected.
Yeah. Oakland's
and it's
tough.
Right up to you, too.
Oakland's tough,
it's
bro,
tough
because you know this, because God bless Oakland. It's exploding. The development is beautiful to see, and Pitt has been a blessing, and UPMC has been amazing. And if there's a space, they're putting a building in it. But what it also makes it is it's a treacherous area to drive or walk through, sir. It just is. It's awful.
I agree. With the more density that we're throwing into Oakland, that's more people needing to get in and out.
Yep. But this is a big step, and I commend whoever did this. What do you say, Office of Mobility, Patrick?
Yes. DOMI is the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure.
There you go. Mike, my man, thanks, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's good stuff. If you're listening and you end up in Oakland and you're on the street there, I'm just telling you the buses are coming from an opposite direction, and you don't expect it. And they're big, and there's no space between you and them and the curb. And they're big. And I saw a couple of kids walk in front of one on Saturday and Sunday. And I just hope that people pay attention, because it is big signs. Buses coming from opposite direction. And then it's painted on the street when you step out. Buses coming from opposite direction. They're trying. But oftentimes pedestrians aren't trying. If you're out there, folks, be wary, all right? But good job, Pittsburgh, with this particular area, and this idea is wonderful. It'll probably save lives. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen Gamble, what's up?
Hey, Marty, on the Parkway East, you still got a lot of traffic to contend with, especially on the outbound side. It's bumper to bumper from the bend at Bates until the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. Traffic building up as well right by 28 South, just as you enter the city and as you try to get from the North Shore Expressway into the lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge. You'll have some issues as well. Otherwise, Parkway West inbound, some slowdowns as you enter the bend coming around the Parkway Center Drive on-ramp. And on the Parkway East inbound, just a little tap of the brakes by the Edgewood-Swissvale exit. With AAA Traffic, I'm Brandon Rossai on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Voss TV and Appliance has a huge selection of big brand names and prices you'll love. Third-generation family business. Rick, Matt, the entire Voss team provides meaningful service that actually serves. They answer phones, show up on time, and truly care about their customers. It's old-school service that matters, and you won't find it anywhere else. Visit Voss's South Hills showroom today. 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. Love them. The lowest prices guaranteed.
Hi, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland. You know, 90th anniversaries are a big deal. That's why AARP is joining forces with Social Security to celebrate its 90th anniversary. So what does that mean to you? Well, there are going to be free events throughout the area where you can win some prizes, learn more about Social Security, and find out what AARP is doing to help you. So how do you get more information? It's real simple. Go to aarp.org/local.
Colin Dunlap on KDKA.
The amount of fights that you see in a terminal, what airline that is, those are the ones that I stay away from. And you see a lot of fights at the Spirit Airline terminal and gate. Two travelers duking it out right there in the airport. That's how I rank who I want to fly with. The amount of nonsense involved with the airline.
Weekdays 2 to 6 on the Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No interest, 5 whole years. Restrictions apply. Call 412-545-6003. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Cooler days, shorter nights. Oh my gosh, is summer really coming to an end? It's just started, didn't it? This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. This time is the best time to lose those excess pounds. Why? Because it's now. Give yourself this time to shed those pounds, feel and look better, fit into those clothes hidden in the closet and drawers, decrease or end those meds, move better, climb steps without being winded. Just call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
Is your car still under warranty?
No, not anymore.
My mechanic just suggested an extended service plan from Ox Car Care.
Ox Car Care?
Yeah, Ox will cover repair bills if anything happens to the car. New brakes, transmission, AC, or engine problems. Plus, Ox Car Care offers free oil changes, tire rotation, and roadside assistance.
Wait, you pay nothing on repairs? Ox gets it fixed? Free oil changes, free tire rotation, and free roadside assistance?
Yeah, you don't pay. Ox pays. Ox even has a 30-day money-back guarantee and is A+ rated on the BBB. They handle their claims from start to finish, unlike those other warranty companies.
The last thing I need is an unexpected car repair bill. I'm calling Ox Car Care now.
Call Ox Car Care for your free quote. 800-240-1465. Ask about senior and military discounts. Don't get stuck with a major car repair bill. Call Ox Car Care. 800-240-1465. 800-240-1465. Or go to oxcarcare.com.
So you've heard me rave about Sit Means Sit dog training and what they did in training for our dog Odie. But what we heard from our dog sitter is something I never thought I would. We got home from vacation and he said, "What did you you do to this dog? He listens. He's calm. He's brand new. We're not the only ones who have never seen anything like it. Sit Means Sit works magic. I'm telling you. Visit trainod.info to check out pictures, videos, and schedule your consultation. Sit Means Sit dog training changed the game for us. They will for you, too.
So I talked to John Perry over the weekend from Perry Calder Law Firm. John has doctors on his staff to investigate medical malpractice cases. John has the biggest settlements at Perry Calder of any firm in this region. John has the track record. John sits down with families. He's met with my friends and my family members on cases. Perry Calder, 412-281-4200. 412-281-4200. Perry Calder.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. After a contested foreclosure court order by an affiliate of McKnight Realty Partners, the Pittsburgh office of CBRE has launched a marketing campaign to sell 3 of the buildings at Cranberry Woods, a flourishing office park near the bustling intersection of Interstate 79 and Route 228. The new marketing launched by CBRE represents 3/4 of what is likely one of Western Pennsylvania's most desirable office assets at what remains a highly challenged market for office investment sales. Buildings 500, 700, and 800, totaling more than 346,000 square feet of space, are offered at an unlisted price amid a larger Cranberry Woods master plan. Also, the long office leasing stall, exacerbated by COVID-19, has ended for one of the most highly visible buildings along the Parkway West. NAI Burns Scalo has leased the last vacant space at 965 Green Tree Road, a property built as its predecessor, Burns Scalo Real Estate, starting 10 years ago, that is headquarters and is called the Bentley. Gus Scalo, an associate and brokerage advisor for NAI Burns Scalo, said the company has committed to a lease with Konica Minolta, a printing technology firm, for 5,000 square feet in the building's first floor, drawing the company from another office in nearby Green Tree. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
A lot going on today. Crazy stuff. Jerry, go ahead, man.
Good morning. You keep on saying what to do with these kids. We got a prison over Manchester, Western Penn, and there's a newer section there. Why don't we have the facility there?
No.
Been there for years.
No, hold on. You just said it. You just said it. Been there for years. Might as well bring a Model T to a Ford dealership and say, fix it up for the family. We're going to California. It's that bad.
But there's a newer section down there that...
No. Jerry, I don't want to argue with you because I love you. You seem like a good guy, but you're wrong. We asked. We ran this race, brother. They're saying, like, and I'm not exaggerating, my man. Everyone and their mother had different ideas for that. Make it into condos. No. Tear it down, yes. It's like $40 million to tear down, my man. It would be $200 million to fix that crap hole. They made some movies there. And by the way, you have good intentions, and I get what you're saying, but no. Believe me, the idea has been chewed on and spit out. That place is a mess. It's too old, brother. It's as ignorant, and I'm not saying you're ignorant, but it's as ignorant as Trump's idea to turn Alcatraz into a prison again. It ain't happening. It can't happen. $2 billion. $2 billion just to get it up to standards. And it's impractical. It's non-functional. It's a mess. And what they've done, Jerry, and Sarah Innamorato, who's afraid to come on the show, and why wouldn't she be? Because she can't handle the truth. Truth to power. Is Sarah has decided to turn the Schumann Center into a cash cow. It's like one of those cash-eating machines. So the initial design was supposed to have 60 beds. Now it has 12, and 12 beds have cost $23 million. Seriously. And it's 2 years late already, and it won't be finished until 27 or 28. And Sarah threw the whole thing into the trash because the people that actually know this stuff at Delphi, they threw down and said, this is ignorant. The developer pulled out. This is the Sarah Innamorato Schumann plan, i.e. the Schumann Country Club. Why do I say this? Because Sarah thinks that the children, the mass shooters and the murderers and rapists and drug dealers, the children, that they should be taken care of as children, the mass shooters, the rapists and drug dealers. Sarah proposed putting skylights in the new facility because children need light. Sarah proposed a kitchen because the kids need a kitchen. Sarah proposed a garden for the children because the children need gardening. I am not exaggerating. Sarah told the architects she wanted open space, no walls. I am not kidding you. Felons, mass shooters. The children, she said, need open walls. We can't confine them. Sarah Innamorato and her little gang of wokers had the state on meltdown. And they said there's an area where the corrections officers sit in a jail, if you've ever been, where they control the locks and doors. Very, very important, secure area. Sarah wanted this open so the kids could walk in and out. If I'm lying, I'm dying. So, my man, this goes way beyond. This goes way beyond fixing up the old prison on the river. This is a bunch of loonies who want an aviary and a garden and skylights for the mass shooter that they arrested who's 15. Aw, I know you shot 4 people. Yes. I know you stole cars. Yes, I know you've done armed robberies. Yes, I know you've stolen guns from gun stores all over the region. But let us love you. Can you come over here? Can I hug you, mass shooter? Please? Come here, young man. We're going to call your mommy and send you home. Would you be okay with that? Because you don't belong here. Before you leave, can we take a walk through the garden? Can we make you an omelet? Okay. Sit over here in the light so you can get some sun. Sun's good for you, mass shooter, armed robber, drug dealer, gangbanger. Sit over here, mass shooter. Yes. Yes, let us take care of you. Is this as good as it gets? I'm afraid so, for now.
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington and Wexford. JimShorkeyKia.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
My niece was getting engaged. And look, I took her to the spot. I took her to the place where they take care of you like family. Diamonds Direct. Whew! By the time she left there with her fiance, they were crying with joy. The thing is, from the time you walk in the door at Diamonds Direct, they embrace you like family. Would you like something to drink? Would you like champagne? Would you like a snack? I'm serious about this. What do you want to look at? Oh, this? Sure. How about that? Sure. It's a very, very personal, very, very intimate experience. Guess what my niece and her fiance did? They bought their engagement ring and just last week, their wedding bands from Diamonds Direct. It's an amazing, amazing business. Right across, right at the entrance to Ross Park Mall. Perfect location, Route 19. Check McKnight Road. Check it out.
You're at the pharmacy counter. You plan to head for vacation, but insurance says it's too soon to refill. The copay's higher than last time, again. And now they need a prior authorization, so you wait and wait for something you needed today. At Blueberry Pharmacy, we cut all that out. No insurance games, no delays, just upfront pricing, fast delivery to Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia, and Florida, and real people who actually help, like me. Call or text 412-612-2279 or visit blueberrypharmacy.com and breathe easy again.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
71 with overcast skies. It's 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Just in, an appeals court has thrown out the massive civil fraud penalty against President Donald Trump. A 5-judge panel has ruled New York State's lawsuit accusing Mr. Trump of exaggerating his wealth alters a verdict that stood to cost Trump more than $515 million. The appellate division court ruling upheld, though, bans for the president and his 2 eldest sons from serving in corporate leadership for a few years. Mr. Trump denies wrongdoing, insists the case and the verdict were politically motivated. Hurricane Erin is beginning to slowly move away from the East Coast. Here's CBS's David Parkinson.
The tropical storm force wind field extends well beyond 200 miles. So we are going to be seeing the strongest wind gusts of this entire storm system hitting land today in the Carolinas.
Beaches as far north as New York City are closed, and Erin is producing rip currents from Florida to New England. Western Pennsylvania won't be affected, but as Erin moves away, a cooling trend will arrive as a front pushes through on Sunday.
And that'll give us that nice cool period where temperatures in the lows will be in the 50s, maybe some 40s, and the highs will be in the 70s.
That's Shannon Hefferon with the National Weather Service on the Big K Morning Show. She says we can expect very little rainfall for the next 10 days. The Salvation Army is partnering with U.S. Steel to collect donations for the families directly impacted by the Clairton Coke Works explosion. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has that.
While U.S. Steel is directly supporting those impacted, the Salvation Army is also collecting donations to ensure those impacted receive the support they need. Community members can visit salvationarmywpa.org/steel online or text the word STEEL to 31333 to make a monetary donation. 100% of which will be distributed to the immediate families of the deceased, as well as those who suffered significant injuries and were or remain hospitalized. Donations for this fundraiser will be collected up until September 30th, and all donations will be managed by the Salvation Army. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Once again, Pittsburgh has been named a World Festival and Event City.
Second time in a year. That's a world-recognized program, and Pittsburgh is one of the few cities in the U.S. who continues to claim that. This is our second year in a row.
Visit Pittsburgh. Jared Bacher says the designation comes from the International Festivals and Events Association. He says 3 festivals are coming up, by the way. This weekend's Pedal Pittsburgh, followed by the Pittsburgh Irish Festival and also Jazz Fest. At this hour on Wall Street, the Dow is down 217 points at 44,721. The NASDAQ down 96 points now, and the S&P is down 30. In KDKA Sports, the Steelers wrap up the preseason tonight at Carolina against the Panthers. The Bucs have a day off. They'll host the Rockies tomorrow night. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. 71 and overcast in Pittsburgh now. The AccuWeather forecast next.
Tones Music Store in Greensburg with large selection of pianos on sale. 724-837-0877.
Hi, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland. You know, 90th anniversaries are a big deal. That's why AARP is joining forces with Social Security to celebrate its 90th anniversary. So what does that mean to you? Well, there are going to be free events throughout the area where you can win some prizes, learn more about Social Security, and find out what AARP is doing to help you. So how do you get more information? It's real simple. Go to aarp.org/local.
Hi,
this is Larry Richard letting you know that your next adventure starts with the 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe. Right now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Bowser Hyundai, get away with 0% APR for 60 months, plus no payments for 90 days on the 25 Santa Fe. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, $2,999 total due at signing with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends August 31st. Now that's the power of Bowser.
Oh, that's the power of Bowser.
BowserHyundai.com. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast.
The rest of today will be humid with intervals of clouds and sun, a thunderstorm or two, any of which can produce downpours and damaging wind gusts, the high 78 to 82. A stray evening thunderstorm, partly to mostly cloudy and muggy overnight, those 67. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Received the highest electric bill of our lives last month, ever. $930. Pretty much double the highest it's ever been in our lives. We got sucked into one of those deals and signed a deal 2 years ago, and then they jacked it up on us, and that's a whole other issue. But also, energy prices are going up for everyone, and we got to wrap our arms around this. And there isn't a better story here than Deborah's story. And I got Chad Quinn, too, as the man from the Dollar Energy Fund. No one can offer more clarity than him. Deborah, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm up. I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, my dear. This is indicative of what's happening to people with their Duquesne Light bill. Tell folks your bill and how much it's gone up.
Okay. What it is I was on the CAP program. My CAP ran out as of last month, I presume. They were only charging me $37 a month. They should have been charging me more than that. I could have handled that. And then I get a bill this month, and it's for $515.15. Needless to say, I am retired. I'm 70 years old, and I'm on Social Security, and I don't get a lot. I only get $900 and something a month.
What?
And I have a mortgage to pay, too.
Hold on, my dear. You get $900 a month, and you have to pay all your bills in a mortgage?
$900 and something. Well, my daughter's fiance helps me with the bills.
Jesus,
as much as he can, but you know he doesn't live here, so he's doing me a big favor.
So, your bill is normally how much a month?
Usually, they were only charging me $37.
Oh my gosh!
They should have charged me like at least $70 or $80. Then I could have dealt with this.
And so then you go from under $40 a month to $515.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and I panicked. I didn't know what to do, so I called 211, and they gave me like 7 different numbers. I called everybody, some of the churches and that, they were out of money. They couldn't. And the other ones, all they kept telling me is, well, Duquesne Light's out of money.
What?
So as last resort, I thought, well, I'll call Duquesne Light, and maybe they'll let me set up some sort of payment plan or something.
Yeah.
And she told me, no, we can't do that because if we do, we have to throw you off the CAP program. I'm a senior citizen. I have stage 3 cancer. I said, I just can't come up with this money out of anywhere. And she said, well, can you put it on a credit card? I'm there, no.
Oh.
I said, how am I supposed to do that? Thank God this month, my daughter's fiance, he's paying this bill for me. Jesus. And I feel bad taking money off of him.
I'm guessing, my dear, you're not alone in this scenario. That's what's troubling.
Oh, no. There's many people in this same scenario.
Can you hang on for a second? Can you hold on?
Sure. Wow. Yes, sir.
We'll help her regardless. But I had to grab one of my boys and close friend who knows this business better than anyone I've ever known, and is tight with the utilities and gives a damn, quite frankly. Chad Quinn with the Dollar Energy Fund. Well, brother, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, Marty.
Are you listening in on this?
I am. I think her situation is something that people can be in, because CAP is a little bit confusing, right?
Yeah, tell us what that is. I'm confused right now. Go ahead.
So the CAP program is a discount that someone can receive if they're income qualified on their utility bill. So what happens is, for Duquesne Light's program, it's based on a percentage of the participant's income. So her $37 was based on a percentage of her income.
Sure.
And that's why she was paying $37 on her bill.
Yeah.
And that's a calculation that they do when they enroll her. And by the way, we don't administer Duquesne Light's CAP program.
No, you don't.
But we do other utility programs, but I know enough about it that it's a great program.
Yeah,
and Duquesne Light has a robust offering, and I'm not saying that something is wrong with their program.
No.
What happens, Marty, sometimes is that when the rest of the money that she would have paid if she was paying her whole bill go into a piece that it kind of builds up and it gets wiped out over time. So there's kind of this confusion. Her thing, my best option for her would be to get a hold of Duquesne Light. There's a Universal Services Department. They might be able to rework her CAP bill.
No, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that for her. But how does this happen, though? How does she end up off the CAP program?
Well, I mean, Marty, part of the thing she talked about calling different people and different people being out of funds. The program that we have that we manage with Duquesne Light is the hardship program, and that's pretty robust. I mean, Duquesne Light provides over $1 million a year in assistance for people in that program. The program year starts on October 1st, so we're kind of at the end of the program year, and that program is out of funds right now. Now it will reopen on October 1st. But it's out. There's been a large need across the board in all of our utility programs this year because, quite frankly, rates are up.
They are.
And it's hot as can be outside.
That's true.
And we're all running air conditioning and things if we have it, and our electric bills are high.
No, it's true. But hold on, my man. What the hell? There is no way in hell this sweet woman who gets $900 a month, which is scary, can go from $40 to $510, brother. That's just not cool. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, there has to be. If I had to guess, there had to be some sort of communication that was missed. Something had to have happened. I just don't see Duquesne Light dumping her from the CAP program on a fixed income. I don't see it happening. There had to be a recertification that had to take place. There had to be something happening. I'm sure that Duquesne Light will do everything they could do to get it back on that program. Again, we don't manage it, but they have people that do manage it that do a great job. And I'm 99% sure they'd do anything they can do to get her back on the program.
But meantime, Deborah, you're freaked out as I would be, right? Right, my dear?
Yes, absolutely. Because the CAP program starts again, I believe they told me in November. So that leaves me 3 months of this bill. And, we don't leave lights on everywhere. We're not like that.
I'm not picking on you, dear. You don't have to explain your use. That's silly. I'm taking care of this. This is... But, Chad, to your point, brother, there are folks getting crazy bills, are they not?
Yes, Marty. I mean, I've never had a bill as high as I have right now in my own house. I have a $500 electric bill this month.
And what is it normally?
The biggest... the most it's ever been in a summer's been like $325.
Wow.
I think two things. One, rates are higher than they've been, but we were running our air conditioning. It's been very hot.
No, it's true.
I think the average temperature is 5 or 6 degrees higher than it was.
And then I saw they recommend you keep your thermostat at 78. Go away. Go away. That's like a freaking sauna. I can make a turkey in that. Deborah,
I agree.
Deborah, I'm going to let you go, sweetheart. I will take care of this today. I just sent you a note. I need your full name and address. I will get this taken care of today because I have a good friend at Duquesne Light who really cares about people. We'll get this taken care of.
Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you both.
Thank you, my dear. But it's disheartening, and it's also a system that's kind of dysfunctional, and sometimes people get caught up. I want to make sure people understand, too, these utilities are not bad people. Chad, can you hang around? Can you hang?
Yeah, I'll be glad to.
I got a couple questions for him, because this isn't just her and just him and just not me. There's a lot of stuff going on with utilities, and we got to get to it. What's your bill, folks? What's your bill right now? 866-391-1020. What's your bill? 866-391-1020.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Join Rob Pratt every Sunday at 11 a.m. for Black and Gold Sunday, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer. Rob keeps you posted on Pittsburgh sports with 2 hours of exciting talk. That's Black and Gold Sunday, 11 to 1, presented each week by Coons Market.
Wonderful woman named Beth sent me a message. She has cancer, and she's battling that. She has had serious heart problems and breathing problems, and she's battling that. And she hasn't had a furnace that worked in 2 years. The folks at 2D Mechanical heard that and said, that ain't happening. We're getting that fixed. It's what makes 2D Mechanical great. They will go to Beth's home and fix her furniture or replace her furnace. 2D Mechanical, 412-771-4100, 412-771-4100.
On September 11th, 2001, 40 brave heroes aboard Flight 93 made the ultimate sacrifice. Strangers united by courage, forever changing the course of history. This September, we invite you to walk where courage blooms. The Remember Me Rose Garden honors their legacy with 3,000 roses and perennials, a wildflower meadow, and 50 flowering trees. A living tribute to peace and reflection. Just a quarter-mile from the Flight 93 National Memorial. Admission is free. Visit remembermerosegarden.org.
I spend just about every night now at UPMC Montefiore with my sister Barb, who is fighting the fight, pancreatic cancer. The greatest nurses, the greatest doctors, the greatest attentive staff I've ever been around. Every single hour, every single staff member dedicated to her fight against the warrior from hell, I call it, pancreatic cancer. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. openphone.com/TRY.
So we're sitting down, myself and my wife, with Julian Gray next week to talk about a couple things. So think about this, folks. If you have a kid going to college, do you have the power of attorney? No, I'm serious. If they're 18 now and they get hurt and they have to be hospitalized in college, you have the power of attorney so that when you call the hospital, they'll give you medical information. If you don't, you need to get it done. Seriously, it's $500. You got to get it done. It's important and it's viable. Very, very vital. 412-458-6000, grayouterlaw.com, grayouterlaw.com. Also, do you have an estate? When's the last time? So we're putting together a whole new estate plan. Our will was 25 years old. It just doesn't work anymore. So think about your kids going to college so that you can get their medical information if you need it, and think about estate planning. grayouterlaw.com, 412-458-6000. Julian Gray, the best. Hey, friends, my buddy Robert Levin and his team have a Labor Day sale going on now that's packed with incredible savings. Check it out. You get it all with nothing down. Start with an extra 25% off store-wide. Then save even more on hot buys, sofas as low as $499. Lazy Boy recliners, $395. Plus, special financing for 5 full years with no down payments on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. Beat the crowds. Amazing savings. Levin Furniture. Check it out. Get Marty's brought to you by UPMC. Life-saving, life-changing information.
CBS Eye on Veterans from ConnectingVets.com. Army veteran Paul Holt may have spent his career analyzing satellite images for an elite Army task force, but he found his next great success by starting a home inspection franchise with Pillar to Post.
You take a personality test and then you take a skills-based test. And then what they do is they kind of mash those results together and kick out a list of the things that you would not only be good at, but that you would enjoy. And like the top 10 things on that list was inspection related. And home inspection happened to be one of those things. So I was like, well, dang, home inspections, I bought and sold numerous houses. And so it just kind of seemed like the perfect blend.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive, we offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options to cover your small business needs and more. Visit Progressive.com today.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So Chad asked me what our bill was this month. I haven't seen it yet because he asked a valid question because we picked a provider. I'm not blaming it on my wife, but she did. And she picked it like 3 years ago, and they offered a really low rate. And then they jacked up our rates. In fact, I sent the bill to Chad Quinn, who's one of my boys and a fantastic man with the Dollar Energy Fund. And as Chad pointed out, it was like 4 or 5x what we'd have been paying with Duquesne Light. And that happens too, Chad, does it not? To some people like us. You get sucked into a deal that ends up going south, right?
It does, Marty. And, what I want to say, and was her name Dorothy?
Yeah.
Was that the person we're just...
Yeah.
What I want to say in her case, too, is that, listen, we get a lot of mail from utility companies about programs, about different things. And, we have to stay on top of it. When you have a supplier, they typically send you some communication about your rate changing. And it kind of looks simple, and it looks, not very appealing, but you've got to read it.
He's right again.
And in Dorothy's case, they may have sent her something that said, you need to re-enroll or recertify or do this or do that to stay in the program. And we get a lot of mail from utilities, like I said, and you got to make sure you read things and you're on top of it. And Marty, same thing for a supplier. Pay attention to what they're sending in the mail.
And the other thing that you pointed out, first of all, they did get a rate increase. I think it was 15%. I'm not sure, but it was right in there. And second, it's been hot as hell. And so everyone that's sending me texts right now, their bills have gone up exponentially, but those two factors also make the difference, do they not, sir?
They do, Marty. And so there's a few things at play. We heard about the capacity market changing and the utility companies paying more for power than they had originally planned for, right? So that's an issue at the grid manager, which is PJM in our case. Then you have the price of electricity alone is higher when it's in higher demand. So we have that factor. And then, we have distribution rates, which have gone up over time as well. So rates are not going down. And as we're paying attention to AI and its impact in data centers and their impact on the grid and on the market, our rates are going to go up. And that's why I think it's important for people that are on fixed incomes. And if you're qualified, you've got to be on the phone with your utility company, and you've got to make sure you're on a CAP program. If you're on a CAP program, you need to make sure that you're reading every single document that they send you, whether it's by email or in a letter, so you can make sure you're staying on the program. You got to make sure you don't miss any dates, because there are cases where she was talking about where if you're dismissed, you have to wait a couple months to try to get back on. That happens. So I don't know what her situation was, Marty. I can't guarantee it, but if I had to guess, was probably a miscommunication. Something that they were sending to.
Hey, maybe you can't answer this. Will they shut her off if she doesn't pay this? I'm going to find out here in the next 20 minutes. I'll send my guy all this info, but Could they? They could, huh?
They could. They could. Right. But, you know, Marty, I would say open every piece of mail you get from your utility company. I'm a victim of doing the same thing. I sometimes get a bill, and I don't know, but I just go online and log in and pay it. But look at it. That's the most important thing. And, Marty, what I also tell people is that if you're on a cap program for one utility company, you need to make sure you're on for your gas and your water. Every resident who lives in Allegheny County and has Alcosan, if you're income qualified, Alcosan has a program that can also help reduce your bills.
And by the way, that's going to go way up because they just started kicking in this $3 billion plan to clean up the water, and it's literally $3.5 billion. We're all going to be paying for that forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Our utility rates are never going to go down, Marty. They're always going to be going up.
Patrick, didn't you see a big jump in your bill?
Yes, my bill jumped. My normal this time of year is about $400. The last one we got, previous month was like $550. The one we just got was almost $800.
That's astounding.
Yeah, but looking at our usage over the last year, it has gone way up.
It's still a lot,
but and the rates went up. So
and $930 for us. I don't care what the hell the temperature was. That's still a hell of a lot of money, my man.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Chad. You're the best, brother. We'll get this fixed today.
Sounds good, Marty. If you need any help, let us know.
He's a good man. He's the best ever, and really cares. My man Craig, who really knows energy, and quite frankly is someone we use quite a lot on energy stuff. Go ahead, man.
How you doing today, Marty?
Good.
I want to talk about the lady with the CAP program. Same thing here in West Virginia. It's called the LEAP. LEAP program, and it's a low-income situation. Not just I don't want to talk about the prices just going up. That's another 20 minutes. But these low-income programs were cut by DOGE, and West Virginia had a program, like I said, I think it's called LEAP, where November through March you had a 30-40% discount on your heating bills, which is now all going to go away. There's a big article online from PBS about the CAP program. Pretty interesting. You ought to read it. And this is a result of DOGE is what it's a result of.
Some cases, I don't know the details of this. We got to get this fixed today. What's your bill?
Mine's not bad right now. I'm not one of those people who run up a $500-600 bill. Mine's usually around $250-300, but I'm hardly ever home. I got a TV on for the animals, and that's about it. A couple fans running. Mine aren't bad, but I'm just telling you, the price of when the AI kicks in, the roller coaster effect of the energy being used by AI is going to be astounding. There's going to be about a 4, 5, 6, 7 month period with this roller coaster whip to where they can't keep up with the demand from AI, and people are going to feel it.
No, it's true.
Greatly.
It's going to strain the grid. That's the whole claim. Another thing that's wild about AI, I saw a piece in the Wall Street Journal this morning. There are going to be 400,000 people short of jobs to fill those data centers. 400,000.
Well, without a doubt. But I'm telling you, one thing that's really, really hurting people when it comes to natural gas is we got to start selling it back to Europe again. We were making money hand over fist.
All right, my man. He's my man. He is a guru when it comes to utilities and gas and oil. He really is smart.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Hey, it's Crash Gladys from Speed Freaks. Are you still paying full price for gas? Stop leaving money behind. Get real cash back every time you fill up with the free Upside app. Simply download the free Upside app in the App Store or Google Play right now and start earning cash at the pump today. Use limited time promo code SUMMER and get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. Listeners are making $200 to $300 a year just from buying the gas they already needed. Don't wait. Download the free Upside app now and use promo code SUMMER to redeem your 25-cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code SUMMER. Yeah, at first I thought it was too good to be true, but it's completely legit. Plus, you can cash out anytime. Don't let this offer drive on by. Download the free Upside app now by using limited time promo code SUMMER. That's promo code SUMMER for a limited time 25 cents per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Shorkey Mitsubishi has hot deals that'll be gone in a flash. Check them out. 0% financing for 60 months is back on the 7-passenger Outlander. Or choose the brand new Mirage. Already the lowest priced new car on the market. Now take up to $2,000 off MSRP. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, 2 years of prepaid maintenance, and $500 more for your trade. Locations in North Huntington and the North Hills, or online at ShorkeyMitsubishi.com. Savings include all applicable factory rebates and dealer discounts. Financing with approved credit. See dealer for complete details on all offers.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 74 degrees at 12:30. I'm David Ballarado. Police are investigating reported sexual assaults on the north side, and investigators say they may be linked to one person. News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen has details.
An alert was issued last night about a series of sexual assaults in the early morning hours. No specifics were provided about the locations of the assaults, but police say the suspect is described as a smaller white man driving a white pickup truck. Investigators believe he may be a repeat offender. Patrols are being increased on the north side, and residents are advised to travel in groups, stay alert in public, and report anything suspicious to 911. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
As many students return to school this week, a lot of parents have concerns about school safety. Aaron Venata is the Director of Campus Safety and the Chief of School Police for the Western PA School for Blind Children. He tells the Big K Morning Show they use an all-hands-on-deck approach for school safety.
Our team just learns the strategies and the protocols and the responses, and then we drill and we train. And, of course, our students lead a lot more assistance than your typical K-12 student. So we focus a lot on that and make sure that, we train on a regular basis, that we have exercises, that we follow the drill schedule that the Commonwealth puts out.
He urges parents to be mindful that school is still the safest place for their children. Statistically, he says their chances of being victimized at school are less than 1%. A fried chicken chain is looking for a franchisee in the Pittsburgh area. Zaxby's, a Georgia-based company with over 900 restaurants, is known for its chicken tenders, wings, and sauces. The company has already signed deals for locations in Philadelphia, Columbus, and other northeastern cities. On Wall Street at this hour, the Bears are in charge today. The Dow is down 178 points. The Nasdaq is down 93. The S&P 500 lower by 26 points. KDK Radio News Time coming up on 12:32. Our next update's at 1. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio, KDKA.
Hi, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland. 90th anniversaries are a big deal. That's why AARP is joining forces with Social Security to celebrate its 90th anniversary. So what does that mean to you? Well, there are going to be free events throughout the area where you can win some prizes, learn more about Social Security, and find out what AARP is doing to help you. So how do you get more information? It's real simple. Go to aarp.org/local.
So, an older woman in her 80s with cancer, it's a true story, reached out to me a week and a half ago. Poor thing, her roof is collapsing. I mean, literally collapsing. And she has a baby pool in the house to collect water. And NASCO Roofing is going to put a new roof on our house. It's that kind of company, man. It's that kind of service. It's that kind of commitment. NASCO Roofing. Labor. Fantastic. Pricing, fantastic. NASCO Roofing, 412-373-2000. 412-373-2000.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and almost 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. And if you think this is just a cosmetic problem, think again. Varicose or spider veins, if left untreated, can lead to swollen or discolored legs, cramping, the inability to stand or walk, neuropathy, even worse, blood clots, which can travel to other parts of your body. But here's the good news. Advanced Medical Vein Treatment Centers offers plans that treat and cure the condition, not just cover up. Grab your phone, take down this number, and call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248. When you call, you'll get free information on how you can live your life to the fullest again. Walk, exercise, sleep well. Your vein problems will not go away on their own, and in time can lead to major health issues. Call Advanced Medical Vein today for free information on fast and easy solutions that are covered by most insurance plans, Medicare included. Call 800-587-1248. That's 800-587-1248 today.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Clouds and some intervals of sun and humid for the rest of today with a thunderstorm or two. Any thunderstorm can generate flooding downpours and damaging winds, the high 78 to 82. It'll be warm and sticky tonight. A stray evening thunderstorm, partly to mostly cloudy overnight, those 67. For AccuWeather, I'm Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
New to Medicare, get covered with MediConnect. Listen Wednesdays around 1:40 to hear Lance O'Brien of MediConnect help you navigate the Medicare process. Simply great, unbiased information to get you the best healthcare coverage. Get covered with MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, inching through the week. A lot of kids are back in school, so there's that. Be careful out there driving. I mean it. I'm with you today on this Thursday. Colin Dunlap, 2 to 6 here, KDK.
Steelers. Preseason football sucks. It's horrible. Horrible. Oh, my goodness. No one plays. Those are the games that people give their tickets away to. So you see all the kids at the games. They're throwing footballs in the stands and stuff. There aren't as many drunks. The professional drunks don't come out till the regular games. It's an away game anyway, but I love football and I love the Steelers. I think it's really cool. There's this series on right now on Netflix about the Dallas Cowboys. It's 8 parts. It's crazy if you get the chance to see it. I watched and witnessed all this. I lived through it. It was a hell of a journey. And I am in several parts of this series, for better or worse. But it was a hell of a journey. That's all I got to tell you. I knew Jerry Jones and Jimmy. I was there when he fired Tom Landry and traded Herschel Walker. I was there. I was at Cowboys headquarters. It was a hell of a thing. I was there when they all got popped for cocaine and won all the Super Bowls. And whether you like Jerry or not, because I recall when he bought the team, he paid $180 million. And I was in Dallas. I was a young kid. And he bought the team for $180 million. What's it worth now, Patrick? I saw everything from, it's the most valuable sports franchise on earth. I saw this. How much? What's it saying? I've seen everything from $10 billion to $20 billion. I saw $5 billion. But whether you like Jerry or not, and I actually do, I thought he was very charming.
Currently valued at $12.8 billion.
And he paid $180 million. At the time, they said he was an idiot. No. Jerry might be a lot of things, but what he was is an amazing salesman. It was fun to watch. I was right there when it all went down. I was around them a lot. I spent 2 years investigating the Cowboys. I spent so much time doing sports stuff that they offered me a job hosting all of their shows, their television shows. And to be honest, I didn't want to live in Dallas anymore, and I didn't like Jimmy Johnson, with all due respect to him. He was an amazing coach. He was very dynamic, but he's just not a nice guy. To the media, he hated us. And I just didn't feel like listening to that all day. Jerry was cool. His son wasn't. Steven was arrogant and ignorant. And he was a jerk because Daddy let him be. And the truth of the matter is that it was a hell of a thing to watch. The guys that don't like Jerry, that's on them. I find him to be very charming and charismatic and dynamic and was always kind to me. And I did, 2 years of stories on them. Cocaine and you name it. I got sued by them. And as they say, I got run out of town by them. But anyway, if you get the chance to watch that To watch that, you got to do it. It's about Dallas. And my kids are seeing Daddy now because I'm on Netflix and I was probably 25 years old. So little time has passed since then. Dad, you were good looking. Yes, was. Anyways, that was then, this is now. I want to talk about the Dollar General Store in Sharpsburg. Yeah. So we had, and you know what? This is why I love employees that give a damn, quite frankly. And so I got a video from the Dollar General Store in Sharpsburg, and it was actually kind of wild because it was in the 90s inside the store, and people had to work in there. And then, and to demonstrate this woman went up to the candy in the Dollar General in Sharpsburg, where they had no air conditioning. And they went up to the candy and they poured it like Reese's Cups and Hershey's bars. They were pouring it from side to side. Right, Patrick, right? It was liquid.
Yeah,
liquid.
It was pretty nasty.
And so then we sent them notes. Patrick sent them notes. I reached out. We talked to the employees. They said, we put fans in. So they sent us a video that showed this big nasty fan at the front door. Didn't do squat. Then they sent us another note saying we're waiting on parts. And then, because it was still hot as hell in there last night, and we were concerned about two things. The employees and then the product. Because here's what happens sometimes. These stores, because, Patrick, thousands of dollars worth of chocolate went bad.
Oh, absolutely.
The shelves were full.
Well, the employees were working in 90-degree temperatures inside.
Inside. And the chocolate was done. You can't melt and and hope that chocolate solidifies in the wrapping in the Dollar General store.
Oh, it'll solidify, but so
It's
will
gross.
the bacteria that's going to grow in it, too.
Plus, it's nasty.
Oh.
One of the lessons I learned from Billy Saris from Saris, please don't put your chocolate in your car. You don't remember this stuff. It melts in a minute and a half. Anyways, they had aisle after aisle of ruined stuff. It was gross. And we were concerned, and Patrick was concerned, and the employees were concerned that they would turn around and try and sell it. So we sent them more notes, and then Patrick went back inside. When was this? What time?
Last night around 8 o'clock.
Wow, good for you, man. And what did you see? Because he shot a video, which I posted. What did you see?
Yeah, so I went in there with my son to see what was going on. As soon as you walk in, the air is on. You can feel the cool air is blowing. They still have the fans going, too. Or at least they did last night.
Yeah.
But air is on. But on the shelves, all that melted candy. So you've got melted chocolate, Reese's, anything that could melt above, 80 degrees, makeup, other stuff.
Yeah, it's nasty. So an employee sent me a video, which is actually kind of cool to see. This is last night, right before she left work. And it was a picture of a van from an air conditioning company that had just pulled up to fix it. Next Tech. And they fixed the AC. So what's my point? 2 points. Number one, we were beating up Dollar General for good reason. But number two, they did everything they promised they would do. They brought in techs and fixed the AC yesterday. And we have text messages here from employees that are there right now saying that they're throwing away all the bad stuff. Okay? They are. They're doing the right thing. We got to give them credit, do we not, Patrick?
Absolutely. They did step up. Now, I guess the air was out for almost 3 months, so they've had no air all summer. But they do finally have it back now, and they're extremely thankful.
So Dollar General, you finally did the right thing. They threw away all the crap candy, and the employees have an environment where they can work safely. Thank you. And by the way, this is the power of two things: social media, this platform, and video. Well, I always ask folks, hey, can you shoot me a video and can you narrate it? And they do. I think PJ's about to make a good point, which is historic. Good, TJ.
Hey, Marty, first you were talking about dollar stores. Now, you never see owners. None of the owners are ever at these dollar stores. I'm wondering, where are the owners at every single one? But anyone,
it's irrelevant.
Anyway,
it's corporate owned. That's a problem. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so Washington, D.C., a lot of the Democrat Party, a lot of the liberals and the progressives, they didn't like the idea of Trump going in there with agents.
He's right.
To get order in Washington, D.C., because there's more crime there.
You're right. It's very similar to Pittsburgh in terms of they show these great numbers, but it's a crap hole. Yeah, you're right. And what he did was brilliant. Exactly. He was brilliant. It was brilliant, and it's worked. Yeah, you're right again. Yeah.
I wish they would come to Pittsburgh, and I wish they would go to every city in the United States, every liberal Democrat-run city.
Well, they can't. They can't by law, but the governor could send. He could do it, and they could declare an emergency and do it. And I'm going to give Corey some time to decide to be a law and order guy because he says he will. And he can, and the Pittsburgh cops are amazing. They can do this if they're allowed to do it right. Because let me say this, by the way, TJ, great phone call, and you're spot on. You might want to save that, me saying that, because this is historic. But I don't think we need the National Guard now, because Kevin Krause has said, I'll do it right now. I'll use my boys from the Sheriff's Department. County police has said the same thing. But Gainey has said, hell no, they won't go. So what you'll have is a mayor that cares and a mayor who believes in working together and a mayor who will let the county and the Sheriff's Department and the city work together. And the way we're talking, TJ, they got problems on the north side. You heard that with the sex workers being sexually assaulted. You have problems on the south side, which is, we've been talking, and downtown is grimy as hell. I'm hoping that Corey O'Connor gets this, and I'm told he does, and every talk I've ever had with him indicates he does, and that he's a law and order guy. If he isn't, TJ, we'll have to call him out on it, because you're right about everything you said.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
I'm with Joe Potocznik, JP Roofing and Siding. Congratulations, Joe. Triple Crown winner from Owens Corning.
Yes, Larry. We are proud to announce that we are recognized for service excellence, product excellence, and MVP based on marketing leadership and customer service.
Call Joe and his team. You'll get the best of the best. Get a free estimate for roof and siding replacements. Call the roofing replacement experts at JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711. Congrats, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up, like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
The best breakfast, the best French toast I've ever had in my life. And that's a long life. The thick cut French toast, cinnamon bread, bananas, strawberries. Whoo! Oakmont Bakery. Unbelievable breakfast. Plus, the breakfast sandwiches are absolutely insanely good. Open 7 days, 6 a.m., delicious.
Tune in this Sunday morning at 8 for the Coons Cooking Hour with Rob Pratt and the Coons Market team as they discuss favorite potato dishes. It's the Coons Cooking Hour, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer.
For generations, you've listened to us in your kitchen, catching baseball games on your front porch, and ending your day as your bedtime buddy. Now, you can watch us every day on your TV with our new KDKA Radio YouTube page or by clicking on KDKARadio.com. It's presented by Metropolitan Windows. Same great content, more live visuals. The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
This is the story of the one.
As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I got these windows in my house that need replaced. And you want to talk about timing? Huh? You got spring here. You got this insanely cool window company, Universal Windows Direct. And this is their home improvement season. What's that mean? Great windows, great product, great service, great pricing. How about this? 50% off your windows right now, half off. You can upgrade your home with beautiful, energy-efficient windows for half the cost. So, what do? 412-545-6003. I'm doing it. And you get no interest and no payments for 12 months, which is spectacular. A whole year. And a free entry door with your window purchase. Universal Windows Direct. 412-545-6003. Universal Windows Direct. Love them.
Long live the king. Return to the magic and mystique of the Renaissance. The Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival, just southeast of Pittsburgh, is back. This weekend, August 23rd and 24th, is opening weekend. Pick up a 2-for-1 coupon at any participating Cohen markets and redeem it at the festival box office. Buy one adult ticket, get one free. This weekend only at the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival. Go to pittsburghrenfest.com.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Johnson & Johnson says it's investing $2 billion to expand manufacturing in North Carolina ahead of possible drug tariffs. Eli Lilly and AstraZeneca have also committed billions to scale up their U.S. footprint following tariff threats from President Trump. Serena Williams is the surprising new face of Ro. It's a telehealth startup that offers access to weight loss drugs like Wegovy and Zepbound. Serena didn't say which one she took, but says taking GLP-1s helped her lose 31 pounds. It's the first time the tennis stars talked about using the medications. The WWE's leaving Peacock 6 months earlier than expected. Its last live event will be Clash in Paris on the 31st before heading to ESPN's new direct-to-consumer platform. And In-N-Out has now fully expanded across the West Coast. The burger chain debuted in Washington State yesterday with plans to open more stores in Arizona, Colorado, and California later this year. Sadly, still no plans to open on the East Coast. Monica Ricks, Bloomberg Radio.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
College. College is in. I got to tell this story. So both my daughters are at Pitt. We've discussed this. College is fascinating. It puts you in situations with strangers, which is good. And my kids, whether I want to be honest about it or not, I will be. We live in a bubble. Mount Lebanon, it's a bubble. We're blessed. We've had great success. So all their friends have money, which I'm not bragging about. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's true. There was a time that I had a meltdown when my daughter said, "Why don't we have a beach house?" And so that's kind of they're wonderful kids. They're straight A students. They volunteer. They all have 2 jobs. I'm not saying they're bad girls. I'm just saying that they didn't grow up in the real world. There's a bubble, and Mount Lebo's been disparaged for that, and I get it. But we love it. And so when you go to Pitt, you see a melting pot, which is cool. It's a learning experience. And you get a weird roommate sometimes. And so what Pitt did that hacked us all off, and a lot of parents, and most people are aware of this, they had nearly 70,000 applications. It's all this, they call it, what do they call it now? They call it the new Ivy. because it's so much harder to get into, and they have this rep now, so everybody wants to go to Pitt. Fine. But they took in the biggest freshman class in history, 6,000, and they don't have enough space for them. Well, they screwed around, and I mean this. They screwed around hundreds of kids. They put them in the Hampton Inn. Yeah. Well, that sucks. The Hampton Inn is kind of sort of okay. But it's not on campus, man. And they put kids in there. That's ignorant, man. It just is. College, especially your freshman year, you go into a dorm, and they're co-ed mostly, and you meet boys and girls, you go to lunch together. You grow up a little bit. You see Asian kids and Indian kids and black kids and Hispanic kids and white kids and rich and poor, fat and skinny, all this stuff. And you get along. You learn that, wow, there are different people out there. Well, Pitt screwed that up for a lot of freshmen by jamming them into some damn... And again, I'm not disparaging the Hampton Inn. It's actually pretty nice, but I don't care. And then what they did was, in my daughter's case, they put her in a double room with 3 people, which is, honestly, it's the size of a glove compartment. And I mean this. And I didn't get mad about it because I could. But we get there on Sunday, and there's a girl already in there. And she had set up all of her stuff and took up 3/4 of the room. And she was from Philly. And it got ugly. And she said, I am not moving my stuff, and you are not taking those bunks apart. And I'm sitting there thinking, man, this is why people get mad. This is why kids start to hate certain things and certain people. And the kid was there early because she needed some prep. She was on a full scholarship for various reasons. Her community and her background and her family and her grades and their income level. And for 3 days, she threatened them, and it was brutal. And we tried to kill her with kindness and consideration, and none of it worked. And I thought 2 things. And I mean this. If you saw my daughter, she'd tell you. I said, Chloe, I don't want you to think this is the way it is with everybody in America, that these people are angry, and you can't think that. And I also told my wife, I felt bad for that girl because it worked out. They had her. Pitt said, you're right. This young lady needs to be alone. And they moved her out. But not after an insane amount of angst. In a dorm, by the way, that has no AC. So it's 90 degrees, so that adds to the angst. But sometimes these woke schools try these social experiments on kids. And sometimes they work, and sometimes they're ugly. And this was ugly. And I told my wife, and if you see her, ask her, I feel bad for this young lady because if this is how she's decided to live her life, she's going to be fighting her whole life. Her whole life is going to be, get out of my way. This is mine. You're a jerk. I ain't moving. Screw you. And that's not the way you succeed. Our lives are about relationships, how you build them and develop them. And if you don't have them, you end up alone and angry. And that's a bad place to be in a world that's difficult enough. I give Pitt credit, though, for kind of taking this into consideration and attempting to fix it. I disparage them because they set these kids up in a scenario where they would fail by putting 17 kids in a room for 2. It's ignorant. By the way, same thing happened at Penn State. They put kids in closets. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Folks, you work your ass off to send your kids to school. And you think, okay, this is going to be cool. And then you get there and they say, you're in that closet. And you're thinking, why am I doing this? And do they give a damn about my kid? But it's a life lesson. You adapt and thrive, or you push back and fail. Period. End of story. Seriously.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free. Select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams. One coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway, because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Carlos is my man from Greater Pitt Tree Service. I mean, we're good friends. He's done trees in our yard, trees in my neighbors' yards, trees in family members' yards. Why? Best in the business. Best pricing, best labor, best professional service I've ever seen in my life. He's on a job right now, and he does free jobs for World War II veterans. Amazing, amazing man. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 76 degrees at 1 o'clock. I'm David Bolorado. News is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. Pittsburgh police say their investigation is active ongoing as they look for a suspect for a string of sexual assaults on the north side. The cases have all taken place in the early morning hours, and police believe a smaller white man driving a white pickup truck is behind them. Police say they can't give a lot of specific information right now, saying providing too much could jeopardize their investigation. In the meantime, they suggest traveling in groups and to remain alert in public places and to immediately report any suspicious activity to police. A New York appeals court has thrown out the massive $515 million civil fraud penalty against President Trump. However, the 5-judge panel has upheld the findings that the president exaggerated his wealth for decades and bans him and his 2 eldest sons from serving in corporate leadership for a few years. CBS's Willie James Inman reports from the White House.
It still leaves the door open in terms of the merits of the case, in terms of it being appealed to the highest court of appeals there in New York. So this is perhaps a great win for President Trump with this civil fraud case. His sons are the head of the Trump organization. They were named essentially in this case as well. So a great win for the president. We've seen time and time again the president make these significant wins in the courtrooms across the country.
The Trade Institute of Pittsburgh awarded a $450,000 check for a new traditional jobs program from local politicians. News Radio KDK's Tamara Rush has details.
Congresswoman Summerlee delivered the check with a few words of encouragement for the students and staff of TIP.
I didn't have to make it through the entire tour to know that this is a place that deserves the investments it gets, and we want to be a part of that.
The Trade Institute of Pittsburgh's executive director and coach Dante Green says this new program will provide temporary employment for recent TIP graduates.
We sought out to establish partnerships with other mission-aligned companies and organizations to serve as a preferred contractor on their projects in and around the city. So now our students can earn, our students can continue to learn, and they can overcome those persistent barriers and concerns.
Green says he's looking for additional partnerships to help make the program grow even more. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Though none here, the state is warning people in several counties about an out-of-state traveler who was contagious with measles as he came through the areas. The person has since left Pennsylvania, but the health department says the individual may have exposed people to measles at locations in Adams, Clearfield, Lancaster, and York counties. Health Secretary Deborah Bogan says the best protection against measles is vaccination. AP correspondent Ed Donahue reports now on more price hikes impacting video gamers.
It's going to cost more for a popular video game console. Sony has raised the price of its PlayStation 5 consoles in the U.S. by $50 effective immediately. The price change affects the standard PlayStation 5, the digital edition, and the Pro. Sony says prices will not change for PlayStation 5 games. Sony has said the company has been working to diversify its supply chain to alleviate the impact of tariffs in the U.S. Microsoft bumped up prices for Xbox consoles in March, and Nintendo has increased prices for its original Switch console and accessories for the Switch 2. I'm Ed Donahue.
On Wall Street, the Dow down 217, the Nasdaq lower by 123, S&P 500 is 33 points lower. KDKA Sports, the Steelers will wrap up the preseason tonight at Carolina against the Panthers. KDKA Radio News time 103. That's time to call ABC Transit at 724-831-8500. Hiring today for CDL and van drivers. Bonuses paid. It's cloudy around Pittsburgh at 76 degrees. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
At UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, we believe cancer care shouldn't just be good enough. It should be life-changing. As the region's only National Cancer Institute designated comprehensive cancer center, we provide groundbreaking treatments and innovative clinical trials with renowned cancer specialists and a compassionate support system for patients and their families. Discover more at upmchillman.com/life-changing.
Here's a few questions for you from California Psychics. Do your workdays seem to go on forever? Is your career progression as fast as downtown traffic? Or does your boss still not know your name?
Hey, you, Tina, Lisa, Sheila, whatever. Get that report to me by lunch, okay? It's Carrie, ma'am. Just get it done, Terry.
It's time to read the career warning signs and talk to California Psychics. We're always on hand to give you the career guidance you need. You see, we only connect you with the very best. In fact, 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us don't make the grade. That's why we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. So you could soon be telling your boss where to stick that report.
Where are you going, Terry? Terry!
Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics. Call 1-800-PREDICT today and get 20 minutes for just $20.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi from 93.7 The Fan for the Power of Bowser. Your next adventure starts with the all-new redesigned Hyundai Palisade from Bowser Hyundai. Right now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Bowser Hyundai, get away with 0% APR for 60 months, plus no payments for 90 days on a 2025 Palisade. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. 36 months, 10,000 miles per year. $29.99 total due at signing. With credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends August 31st.
Well, that's the power of Bowser.
Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
It'll be humid with changeable skies for the rest of today. A thunderstorm or two. Watch for downpours and gusty winds with any thunderstorm. The high 78 to 82. A leftover thunderstorm in spots this evening. Partly to mostly cloudy, warm and muggy overnight, those 67. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Hey, are you turning 65 and exploring Medicare options? With over 50 Medicare plans available to you, it can be overwhelming. MediConnect is here to help. They want you to understand your options so you can choose the best plan for yourself. It's Medicare made simple with one call. Connect with MediConnect at no cost. Their top-rated experts are coming to your neighborhood with their New to Medicare seminar. You don't want to miss this. Call 888-818-6334 or visit MediConnectInsurance.com and click on the seminar tab.
August is Pet Appreciation Month. Get 3 rooms of carpet cleaned, starting at just $129 plus 15% off pet odor treatments and take $50 off air duct cleaning. Book online at ZeroResPGH.com.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I got 2 things here with one of my boys, Tom King, one of the best lawyers in the country. And I'm going to back into this. The first thing involves Pittsburgh. Shows you the idiots, so-called leaders in this town. And then the other thing involves privacy issues. But this first thing irritated me even more than the second thing. Good to be the king. Tom King, good afternoon, sir.
Marty, how are you? Nice to see you.
Well, you
Nice
had me
to
laughing
talk
to
you.
myself early this morning because these morons. Well, let's lay this out here. You did the right thing. You went after the city of Pittsburgh. Weber and Pittsburgh Public Schools versus city of Pittsburgh, Mount Oliver residents, and their earned income money. Tell the folks why you're fighting for that. This is amazing.
Well, the people in Mount Oliver are currently paying wage taxes, and part of their wage taxes are going to the city of Pittsburgh, and through the school district of Pittsburgh, which is obligated to pay part of the Mount Oliver wage taxes over to the city. Mount Oliver doesn't get any services from the city.
Hold on. For the purposes of being idiots, I want you to hear what my man just said. So the hardworking folks of Mount Oliver are giving friggin' wage tax money to the friggin' city, and they get nothing back, sir. Nothing.
Correct.
Ha! It's being stolen from them, sir, right?
Well, it's they're certainly paying it, and they're getting nothing back. So whatever that amounts to, that's what it is.
Hold on. This is the beauty. So they tell guys like Tom King, buzz off, you're full of crap. Oh, is he? So what are they doing now, sir, the city of Pittsburgh?
Well, the latest development in this case, which is filed in the Commonwealth Court down in Pittsburgh, or down in Harrisburg, the Commonwealth Court case, now the city has joined the tax collector, and they've thrown the tax collector under the bus, saying that if the money's being paid over to the city, it's coming from the tax collector, and if they're not supposed to get it, that we should look to the tax collector to pay for the mistaken payment over to the city. So they've joined this company called Jordan Tax Services into this action.
Of course.
So.
You know what? This is laughable stuff, sir. Is it not?
Well, it would be, except it's real people. It's real money. People work. They work hard for this money, and people in Mount Oliver, part of their money is going to the city of Pittsburgh, and we say that it shouldn't be. So.
Well, why should it be? Who the hell could explain to me?
I don't think it should.
Who the hell could explain to me, Tom, that this would be the right place to send their money? They get nothing out of it, sir. How?
The only reason any money from Mount Oliver ought to go to Pittsburgh is if Mount Oliver gets something back from Pittsburgh. But Mount Oliver has its own services, its own municipal services, and as far as I know, and they don't get anything from the city of Pittsburgh. So
except aggravation and annoyance. Man.
Well, they're getting plenty of that, Marty.
Mr. King, sir, how much money are we talking about so far?
Well, we don't have the exact numbers. We've asked for those from Jordan Tax Services, but we've contacted to get those numbers. But over the years, it's into the millions of dollars that have been paid over.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't $20 in a jar on the counter on the way to school, right?
It's every wage earner in Mount Oliver that's paid taxes in going back years and years.
Millions of dollars.
I think so, yeah.
Man. And I bet most of the people in Mount Oliver don't even know they've been getting screwed like this.
I don't think so. It's only it's one really nice woman, Marie Weber, who is the plaintiff in this case, and she's the one that's done this on behalf of everybody in Mount Oliver. So if they get some relief from this, the money should be going to the Pittsburgh City Schools. And Pittsburgh joined us in this case. Pittsburgh City Schools joined us in this case, joined Mrs. Weber. So we're on the same side as the school district, and we're hoping to get an order from the court saying that this shouldn't happen anymore.
I love you, man. I mean, this is home run for me. This is big lawyer, big shot, representing the little guy against the big morons at Pittsburgh City Hall. Huh? What do you mean? Huh? What do you mean?
I'm just an old guy up here in the country, Marty.
Yeah, that's what you are. Where's your daughter working?
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh. He's a great man with a great family. Before I get to the other thing, there are these images that I love, whether you like Trump or not, I really don't care, that he went out and walked the streets of Washington, D.C. because you could hear a pinprick there. And if a leaf falls, the cops are on it right now. And it's changed the dynamic of D.C. overnight by having these troops there. Has it not, sir?
It has. Two of my kids live down there, as you know, and have lived there for a number of years.
Yep.
My grandson lives down there, and my daughter in particular told me how happy they are that Trump has taken these actions. She conveyed a story to me, Marty, that they had an intruder back by their back fence. They live in a real nice area by Georgetown University. Had an intruder. They called 911 in Washington, D.C., and they got an answering machine.
Oh, yeah, that happens in Pittsburgh, the recording unit. Right, Patrick?
Yeah.
In fact, they have signs on the doors of some of the substations. We're not here. Leave us a message. If I'm lying, I'm dying, man. And
so that's why you're going to have a new mayor down there.
Damn straight.
After November.
And someone who better believe in law and order.
I agree.
And so I don't give a damn if it's Trump or Charlie the Tuna. The guy cares and has boots on the ground. That's what we need here in Pittsburgh. All right.
I think there's lots of people happy in D.C. to see that law and order has come to D.C. and I'm down there frequently, so I'm 100% with them. My kids have had their cars broken into, and other things have happened to friends of theirs, and so I'm glad to see it. It's much overdue, much needed. By the way, Trump got a big victory today. You saw that probably. The $500 million judgment, which was fake all along, was overturned in the appellate courts in New York.
Cool. Let me do this, though, because I don't want to lose you.
Yes, sir.
You also representing some school board members in an effort to kind of protect their very private stuff in a dispute about what ended up being books in school, right?
Yes, Penncrest School District. It's up in Crawford County near Meadville. And Penncrest School District got sued by a guy named Cagle, who's a lawyer on behalf of a lawyer named Cagle, who's representing his dad against the school district, trying to get into the phones, the cell phones and the iPads and the private Facebook communications of a couple of the board members up there. And that case made its way all the way to the PA Supreme Court. The day before yesterday, we got a terrific decision from the PA Supreme Court, a divided court, but 4 justices joined together to say that the private communications of these school board members that aren't directly related to any specific action being taken by a school board, they're just the private matters of their own, looking into things and researching things, are not subject to right to know disclosure. So it protects it's not just school board members, it's every elected official, anybody that serves on a zoning board or a city council or any kind of board in Pennsylvania is protected now by virtue of this opinion. So it's a big win.
But let me play devil's advocate for folks who say, all right, but what if their personal emails suggest they're racist or sexist or had criminal behavior, and it brings context to the actual subject at hand? Why would we protect that, sir?
Well, there could be circumstances where if there's some crime committed or there's something like that, that this decision isn't that. This decision is what happened in this case is two school board members individually communicating with some of these outside groups that are interested in school matters and asking them questions and getting sample policies from them and things like that, not acting in official capacity on behalf of the boards. And these people want to get into their cell phones and get into their emails, et cetera. So the court says that that's not going to happen.
And it's why so many citizens say, to hell with this, I'm not running for office. You're not crawling into my you-know-what, right?
That's exactly right, and that's what we said to the Supreme Court too. Listen, the chilling effect of this, if it was otherwise, who in the world would serve on these unpaid zoning hearing boards and planning commissions and councils and school boards? All these school board members in Pennsylvania are unpaid. I mean,
sir.
you got volunteers. Nine people in a community come out and volunteer, and the next thing you know, somebody wants to see their cell phones.
It's true.
So
it's intimidating.
Who in the world
it's
would
scary.
do that?
At some point, you say, "No wonder nobody runs for anything."
Right. Who would do that? I mean, so I think it's a big win. It's common sense. I applaud the court for the decision, and I think it was the right one.
And I got to applaud you again for the folks at Mount Oliver who had no idea they got scammed by the city of Pittsburgh for millions of dollars. It is good to be the king, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Marty. Thanks for having me on.
Think about this. For years, you're paying this friggin' tax. helping to fund Pittsburgh, the schools. Our kids don't go there? No. We get no benefit from that? No. So they're stealing from us. Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, folks, Marty here. We need work done in your home, the biggest investment in your life. Who can you trust to deliver both quality and value? Come on. Call the cousins, Sam, Steve, and Calvin, the 3 cousins of CNS Cousins Construction. Experts, top of your house to decking and siding. Their expert technicians will treat you like family. If you're looking for a total replacement or even a small repair, call the cousins at CNS Cousins Construction. 989 Cousins, a local company you can trust. 989 Cousins, the best. Hey, folks, it's Marty. You want a new physical therapy experience? You want a treatment plan centered on you? Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, is spelled different, because they are different. Monroeville Physical has new technology and an expert staff to give you a personalized experience to get you back to loving your life. Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, 412-457-8200. They help me dramatically love physical. Check it out. So I talked to John Perry over the weekend from Perry Calder Law Firm. John has doctors on his staff to investigate medical malpractice cases. John has the biggest settlements at Perry Calder of any firm in this region. John has the track record. John sits down with families. He's met with my friends and my family members on cases. Perry Calder, 412-281-4200. 412-281-4200. Perry Calder.
If you're turning 65 this year, review your Medicare Part C options now. You need to know the difference between Advantage plans versus supplement plans. Contact locally owned and operated Need Part C today for a free consultation. That's Need Part C. Beat the annual enrollment rush. NeedPartC.com.
Hey, friends, my buddy Robert Levin and his team have a Labor Day sale going on now that's packed with incredible savings. Check it out. You get it all with nothing down. Start with an extra 25% off store-wide. Then save even more on hot buys. Sofas as low as $4.99. Lazy Boy recliners, $3.95. Plus, special financing for 5 full years with no down payments on qualifying purchases of $24.99 or more. Beat the crowds. Amazing savings. Levin Furniture. Check it out. Get Marty's brought to you by UPMC. Life-saving, life-changing information.
Pittsburgh. Are you ready to relive the magic? Almost Queen, a tribute to Queen, is taking the stage at Rivers Casino on Friday, September 19th. Experience the look, the power, and all the legendary hits all in one place. From Bohemian Rhapsody to Another One Bites the Dust, you'll be dancing all night long. Visit riverscasino.com for tickets. And don't miss Almost Queen, a tribute to Queen live. We'll see you there.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
John Perry proudly sponsors Get Marty. Perry Calder Law Firm, the best, folks.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right. I find it to be fascinating, actually, the politics of all of it, and the situation with John King representing the folks. Tom King, sorry, John King. That's CNN. Representing the folks, doing the right thing for them. It's why I love him. He takes up the cause for folks that don't have any shot, and the folks at Mount Oliver were paying all this money and weren't getting squat from it. And I love the fact that they're going to get it back. And when you learn this stuff, it irritates the hell out of me. I find it to be aggravating as hell. that over the years, these people paid some of their wage tax to the city of Pittsburgh, and they get nothing from it, no service, and millions of dollars over the years. It's not a couple grand. I hope they beat the city down. I do. I think government doesn't care enough. I think they don't pay enough attention. I think they have their head in the clouds. I think there are no great leaders. I think that's why, whether you want to hear this or not, people love Trump. I told my wife this. I know he's weird. I know he says this crazy stuff, but you know what he does? He gets in there, man, with the big old bat and takes a swing. The D.C. thing is brilliant. And then he gets out there. I mean, and he shows results. I mean, the Ukraine thing, yeah, okay, he promised to end it in 24 hours. So what? He's got people talking for the first time in 10 years. I'm not saying he's my hero, but I'm saying the guy takes a damn swing. Who takes a swing here? Who? In this town? Who? Who takes a swing? Who? Ed, spare me. Sarah, hello. Who? Not the owl. Who? You heard me talking this morning. So we got a guy on the north side in a pickup truck who has been picking up hookers, beating the hell out of them, almost killing them, and then driving away. At least, what'd they say, 6 in at least 2 months. He's a serial rapist. We got drug addicts overdosing on the north side. All the good restaurants are saying, I'm out of here. That's an American tragedy for several reasons. Who's leading the charge to fight all this? I don't know. Name the police chief for me in this town right now. Name him. Come on, 866-391-1020. Name the police chief. When's the last time you saw Steve Zappala on the streets? Steve who? Where's Waldo? No, really, where? When's the last time Gainey said, man, we got to fix the north side? Man, downtown's grimy. I just see Ed at ribbon cuttings. His scissors must be getting dull, man. My man's at so many, you're not my man. He wouldn't say he was my man. He'd say, go away, Mr. Griffin. Where is he? He cuts ribbons now. So you hate Trump? That's on you, man. He put the boots on the ground. The criminals are afraid of him. Poor folks are happy he's there. Happy. Forget the woke far lefties. They don't count. The folks that live on those streets that were getting their asses kicked are applauding this. You can have all the damn crime statistics you want. The mayor will tell you Pittsburgh's wonderful. It ain't. Where are the leaders here, man? Where are the great ones? Where? Where are the warriors saying this is the problem and this is how I'm fixing it today? I don't know. I mean, I got the Mad Maxes of the world, the Rich Chipkas of the world. They're my heroes and warriors. The Tom Kings of the world, I got them. But where are the leaders that we elect? Sarah Namarato, can you imagine being in that meeting? Yes, Schumann needs skylights and a garden and no walls. You better be nice to these boys. Sarah, you mean the boy that shot 4 people in the mass shooting? Oh, he didn't mean it. He's too young to understand. Until we see great leaders, the grime will continue. The grime and crime. Sarah likes to be cute. That is not sexist. Look at her videos. Giggling. We don't need gigglers. Ed likes to cut ribbons. We don't need a guy with scissors. We need men and women with big time skills and understanding law and order. You understand? I do. All right, Patrick, you ate at Hofstad's about a week ago. How good was it?
Amazing.
Right?
Delicious.
And he's a food snob. So add to that, Hofstad's has prime rib Mondays. My boy, the restaurant king, JK. Prime rib Mondays, Hofstad's. Dry rubbed, slow roasted, hand carved prime rib with au jus. I love saying that. Au jus. 2 sides. Mondays, Hofstad's, Oakmont, 4 to 9. Prime rib, brothers and sisters. Go for it.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with a team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, loads and no monthly payments. Call 412-556-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 412-556-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Hey, folks, Marty here. Oh, my, what a great time to get windows. It's so darn hot. Universal Windows Direct. Check this out. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. No limit. No interest for 5 years. 5 whole years. Super Spacer Technology. Folks, it's a great company. 412-545-6003. Free in-home estimate. I'm telling you, folks, great company, great price, great technology. Universal Windows Direct.
From the Aetna Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 77 degrees at 1:30. I'm David Ballarado. The Salvation Army is partnering with U.S. Steel to collect donations for those families that were directly impacted by the Clairton plant explosion. More now from News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
While U.S. Steel is directly supporting those impacted, the Salvation Army is also collecting donations to ensure those impacted receive the support they need. Community members can visit salvationarmywpa.org/steel online or text the word STEEL to 31333 to make a monetary donation. 100% of which will be distributed to the immediate families of the deceased, as well as those who suffered significant injuries and were or remain hospitalized. Donations for this fundraiser will be collected up until September 30th, and all donations will be managed by the Salvation Army. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
The U.S. and the EU have released some details of their new trade agreement. The framework includes a 15% tariff on most goods, including cars. CBS's Willie James Inman reports it could be seen as a discount.
Automobiles imported from the EU to the U.S. were facing a 25% tariff, so a 10% discount if you think of it one way. On top of that, President Trump had threatened more punishing tariffs on pharmaceuticals, on semiconductors imported from the European Union. So that 15% cap, of course, that is a win for the EU. The U.S. sees it as a win because their companies, especially agricultural products, would have more business opportunity in the European Union.
On Wall Street at this hour, the Dow remains lower. It's currently down by 252 points. The Nasdaq is 137 points lower. S&P 500 dropping 37 points. KDK Radio News Time 1:32. Our next update is at 2 o'clock. I'm David Ballarado on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio, KDKA.
Save big during Labor Day at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, buy more to get up to an additional 20% off. Shop even more savings with 3 Stay Green 1 cubic foot vegetable and flower garden soil bags for $10. This Labor Day, take care of your home for less at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid through 9/3. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
The John Deere Gator XUV lets you cut, pack, drive, scout, weld, stack, feed, pull, load, tow, spray, and haul, all in a single day. Because with the highest cargo box volume in its class, customizable features, and a towing capacity of up to 4,000 pounds, it gets the job done. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at your John Deere dealer or visit johndeere.com/GatorXUV.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Hello, this is Sarah Botkin, president of Botkin Family Wealth Management, where I work with my dad Les and my brother Lester. If you've heard Dad talking about his previous career as a PGA golf pro, you know I grew up in a golf family. My very first job at age 15 was a caddy. Yep, I was the only girl caddy at Nevillewood. I made $30 a round, and I got to watch a lot of golfers, their swing, their attitudes, and their reactions. The best players were those who remained focused no matter what happened. They never got too excited by a great hole or too rattled by a bad shot or an unlucky break. Investing holds the same principles. A market downturn can be upsetting, but staying calm is the key to success. At Botkin Family Wealth Management, we help you keep emotions out of your investment decisions so that you can stay focused on what you want to accomplish. Dad and I are certified financial planners, and Lester is a chartered financial analyst. We work as a team, your team. Learn more at botkinfamilywealth.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
The rest of today will be humid with intervals of clouds and sun, a thunderstorm or two, any of which can produce downpours and damaging wind gusts, the high 78 to 82. A stray evening thunderstorm, partly to mostly cloudy and muggy overnight, those 67. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Tune in to 1020 KDKA Radio for Medical Frontiers with Dr. Gerald Pfeiffer from the Allegheny Health Network every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Dr. Pfeiffer and his special guests will cover the information that you want to know about your health and the latest trends in medicine.
Hi, this is Larry Richard letting you know that your next adventure starts with the 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe. Right now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event at Bowser Hyundai, get away with 0% APR for 60 months, plus no payments for 90 days on the 25 Santa Fe. And don't forget, all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and are backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, $2,999 total due at signing with credit approval and financing through HMFC. Offer ends August 31st. Now that's the power of Bowser.
Oh, that's the power of Bowser.
BowserHyundai.com. Bowser Hyundai, Route 51 South on top of the hill.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us tomorrow morning, 5:30 until 10 on the Big K Morning Show. We'll have a preview of our second annual KDK Radio Kickoff Classic at Wolverina.
Lance O'Brien is a fine young Irishman, right?
I am. My grandmother was an O'Hara, so I'm as Irish as they come, big dog.
My grandparents were from Ireland, and my grandmother said, "'Tis a fine day, lad. Could you get me a wee spot of tea?" I love the Irish accent. One of my closest friend, his wife is from Ireland, and she's a cop. "'Tis a fine day, lad. Give me your cuffs."
Have you been there?
No. I was thinking about going to the Steeler game, then I thought, $13,000 for 4 days of people getting hammered and screaming Steelers is just not my dream of the Irish countryside.
Yeah, I'm not doing that either, but we are looking to go the end of 27.
Yeah, we're going to go. We are. My grandparents are from there, half my cousins, Galway. It's a beautiful country, and I'm glad the Steelers are playing there. I'm not rich like you. I can't pay $13,000 to watch a friggin' football game.
Get out of here.
That's true. All right, my man. So all I hear now from the big players is Medicare. What's going to happen to Medicare? What's going to happen with prescription prices now? You're getting info for me.
Yeah, so, we've talked a lot about Inflation Reduction Act and other aspects, but the part we want to bring to the surface today is a part of that Inflation Reduction Act was the ability to start negotiating Part D.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Part D prices are the drugs that you go to the drugstore for and self-administer, right? So capsules, tablets, inhalers, insulins, and they started the process, and those price hits are going to, the first 10, the 10 highest paying drugs or drugs that cost Medicare the most money, they negotiated in this past year, and the effects of that are going to be seen in 2026.
No, this is really cool, though. This is actually good news. Go through this list. This is actually kind of cool.
Yeah, so again, the highest drugs are the ones that have been used for people that need blood thinners.
It makes sense that they would do this.
AFib, things like that, right? And again, you never used to be able to do it. You could negotiate for A and B, but you couldn't negotiate for D, right? So they started the negotiation on this. The first ones are Eliquis and Xarelto. Right, so let me put this in like layman terms.
Which are blood thinners.
For that AFib, right?
Yeah.
They have right now in 2025 a retail price on most Medicare plans somewhere around $600 a month.
Whoa.
Right, so they negotiated these prices, and they're predicting a 56 to 62% discount.
That's amazing.
Coming 2026. So instead of them, just to keep it at simple math, right, Marty? Instead of it being 600, now it's going to be something like 300. And again, how it's actually going to work out in the standalone prescription drug plans and Medicare Advantage plans, they're not out for 6 weeks. But in theory, 600 to 300. Now, if I have to pay 24% of that, right, I'm paying significantly less.
It's amazing.
Significantly less.
I love this diabetes medication stuff.
Yeah. So again, if you're taking the life-sustaining insulins like Humalog, Novolog, Lantus, those are capped now at $35, right? But if you're taking other types, they were also in this initial negotiation as well, and the price breaks on them are pretty awesome, right? So we're looking at Januvia, Jardiance, and again, understand these are not insulins, these are actual capsules, and the capsules weren't a part of that initial $35 cap, so they were also really expensive. They're getting a 66 to 79% discount on the retail price.
So what will they be now?
So now we're looking, because again, some of them, like Jardiance, can be like $700-800 in retail price.
Oh.
So if we're talking 75% off, down to $200, and then they would pay whatever their percentage or copay would be on it. So again, for people that take these medications, I want to be very clear. They're still going to have a lot of out-of-pocket costs because they're going to be paying that percentage over the course of the year. But what's not going to happen is they're not going to get killed in lump sums at the beginning of the year.
No, I love this.
Right. It's going to be spread out for them a little bit more.
And Entresto.
Yeah, another expensive one. Entresto, that one, excuse me, that one is Enbrel, Solero, Entresto for heart failure, inflammatory conditions, 53%. So all of them you're seeing, Marty, are in that 50 to 70% discount range off of what the retail price has been.
So why did they wait so long to negotiate drug prices?
They couldn't. They had to pass the legislation that allowed them to. Right. And again, that's one of the things with healthcare. Like, you've probably heard the example before. I think Trump's used it. Other people have used it as well. Right. Healthcare is the one thing where you can't go and see the sticker price.
It's true.
Right. You don't know what it's going to cost. Right. And, you know, if I was buying a used car, I don't like going to the dealerships where I can't at least see a price on the window or something, because to me, I feel like I'm going to get taken for a ride. Our healthcare shouldn't be like that.
And hold on to his point, which is actually fascinating. So when I was going through cancer treatment, I asked for the bills. It was in the millions of dollars, the actual bill. But with their reimbursement, it was like 10% of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this weird...
There needs to be a lot more transparency around the pricing. Yep.
Yeah, because what's real and what isn't and what's opaque, and it's just very convoluted, sir, is it not?
Yeah, again, you can get a bill, to your point, and it says this would have cost $2 million, right, whatever. Yeah. Insurance paid X.
Yes.
You pay X, right? And it's not until after everything's done that you really get to see what that is. It should be the flip.
And the big entities, this is what they're saying right now. The reimbursement they're getting is way too friggin' low, and they're getting crushed.
That is absolutely
crushed. This is what they tell me every single day. And they certainly can't thrive and may not survive.
And that's what's going to affect the plan benefits, premiums, and everything in a few months, right? Because they're trying to find a way to adjust to the reimbursement. And going back to what we were saying a minute ago, think about it this way. Someone comes to fix your roof. Yep, we're going to fix your roof. I'll give you the price when we're done. Who's doing that?
No. This is actually spot on what you're saying.
Like, who is going to... No one's... You take that illustration to get your mechanic. No one's going to do it if they don't know the price up front, but somehow we are allowing it to happen in the healthcare space. Kind of crazy.
It is. Can you hang, man? Mm-hmm. This is important stuff. There's a fine lad, Lance O'Brien from MediConnect.
Listen
Former
to
pastor.
KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Hey friends, I'm Sharon McMahon, host of Here's Where It Gets Interesting. Each week I speak with authors, experts, and thought leaders on everything from American history and democracy to how to be a better person on the internet. And don't miss my extremely popular docuseries, which educate you on things you never learned in history class. Follow and listen to Here's Where It Gets Interesting on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Do you consider someone in our Pittsburgh area a hero? A hero can be your neighbor, a teacher, a church leader, or even your parent. Someone who has done something extraordinary. Once again, KDKA Radio needs your help as we honor 5 local heroes in our community. Nominate your hero for Larry Richards' Hometown Heroes event at kdkaradio.com.
Here's AirPro's Rocco Florio.
If last summer took a toll on your old, inefficient central air conditioning system and you got prices from some of the big box stores or your current heating and cooling company and have been shocked with high prices and limited warranties, it's time to call AirPro Heating and Cooling and see why our customers save 20 to 30% over the competition.
AirPro and Bryant are offering their summer special and also 60 months interest-free financing or low 3.9% interest subject to credit approval. Call AirPro Heating and Cooling. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Lowe's knows that no matter your paint project, saving is at the top of your list. That's why when you shop today, you can buy one, get one free. Select Valspar and HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams. One-coat coverage interior paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
I got these windows in my house that need replaced. And you want to talk about timing? Huh? You got spring here. You got this insanely cool window company, Universal Windows Direct. And this is their home improvement season. What's that mean? Great windows, great product, great service, great pricing. How about this? 50% off your windows right now, half off. You can upgrade your home with beautiful, energy-efficient windows for half the cost. So, what do? 412-545-6003. I'm doing it. And you get no interest and no payments for 12 months, which is spectacular. A whole year and a free entry door with your window purchase. Universal Windows Direct, 412-545-6003. Universal Windows Direct. Love them.
Indulge your senses with the perfect blend of wine, music, and dining at City Winery in the Strip District Terminal. Enjoy live performances from legendary artists and local favorites in an intimate listening room designed for an unforgettable concert experience. Savor locally sourced food and award-winning wine, all in a setting that brings music and flavor together like never before. Whether it's a night out with friends or a special occasion, make it memorable. Reserve your table now at citywinery.com/Pittsburgh.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. After a contested foreclosure court order by an affiliate of McKnight Realty Partners, the Pittsburgh office of CBRE has launched a marketing campaign to sell 3 of the buildings at Cranberry Woods, a flourishing office park near the bustling intersection of Interstate 79 and Route 228. The new marketing launched by CBRE represents 3/4 of what is likely one of Western Pennsylvania's most desirable office assets at what remains a highly challenged market for office investment sales. Buildings 500, 700, and 800, totaling more than 346,000 square feet of space, are offered at an unlisted price amid a larger Cranberry Woods master plan. Also, the long office leasing stall, exacerbated by COVID-19, has ended for one of the most highly visible buildings along the Parkway West. NAI Burns Scalo has leased the last vacant space at 965 Green Tree Road, a property built as its predecessor, Burns Scalo Real Estate, starting 10 years ago, that is headquarters and is called the Bentley. Gus Scalo, an associate and brokerage advisor for NAI Burns Scalo, said the company has committed to a lease with Konica Minolta, a printing technology firm, for 5,000 square feet in the building's first floor, drawing the company from another office in nearby Green Tree. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Astro O'Brien. It's my man. His background, which, by the way, I think is half the reason why he has so much wisdom and compassion for people. And you are in a business where actually you spend most of your day, at the end of the day, you spend most of your time helping people.
Well, honestly, the people that do best at this job are the ones that actually care about people.
Right on. You know, seriously, this is why I love you, because you get it. So I'm in Montefiore with my wife, and my sister is trying to live, dying from this pancreatic, right? And I told my wife, if you're in that business, if you're on this floor right now, because all the nurses have been so kind, you better be compassionate and you better be patient, because you're going to clean up people throwing up on you and poop in the bed, and you better be compassionate and kind. And I don't give a damn if you watch medical shows. If you don't have those qualities, get out the door. And it's the same with your business. Look, you can have all the people you want helping them at MediConnect. You can sign up you can make all the premiums you want, but if you don't give a damn, it's not going to help, is it, sir?
Yeah, because, I mean, I'd love to say that everything that we do for every customer always runs smoothly, right? But I live in the real world.
Right.
Tell me what business everything they do is always perfect. It's not like that. So you have to have people that care about the initial interaction when there's a problem, when there's a challenge. Our most effective agents are truly our ones that are the most compassionate and the most caring, that call back quickly.
Yes.
That it's not a job. And again, there are some jobs out there where you don't have to really care about people if you don't want to.
No, this is true.
But we work with a vulnerable population.
Oh yeah.
Right. You gotta care.
And they're needy as hell for vital information.
On probably the number one thing that is most important to them as they get older, which is their health.
Especially now, man.
Because, again, the reality is, I mean, I can go without making money. I can make more money, whatever. Like money becomes irrelevant once health goes, right? All those things that we think are so important, when life changes, health is the thing. So, like, it's not something that you want to mess around with.
It's the truth.
It is the truth.
Especially now, though. When is your big sign-up period?
So the annual enrollment period starts October 15th, runs through December 7th. The first day you can start talking about we can start talking about benefits, and this is the hardest time of year for me, honestly. The next 6 weeks, actually, the last month has been hard for me too.
You came in a little crusty, a little edgy.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much going on. We're trying to get ready to really help people. There's information that we have that we can't really get into at this point in time.
The landscape is constantly changing.
It is, and it's like I want to, you're going to get me to go down a tangent here, because one of the things that does aggravate me about this business is, why did we crunch this important decision into 7 weeks?
Actually, why? Why isn't it year-round?
And year-round, that would be a challenge as well, but, why does it have to be such a short period of time?
Well, explain that to me.
Well, you're dealing with 70 million Americans that have to make a major decision on their health care
in that window
in 7 weeks.
And now with all the law changes.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? So, we're, as you know, we just went through a big hiring because of what we're expecting this enrollment period, because we want to make sure that everybody does get taken care of. So, but it is a constantly changing landscape, and we're definitely going to see that this year.
And you see places like Giant Eagle. So now they take on literally millions of prescriptions from Rite Aid, and then they take on Cuban's thing, which could be millions more, which is now ending up being billions of dollars of their business model. But the question is, and this is floating out there, brother, can they manage it and handle it? I don't know.
They're going to, just like anything, when you have escalated growth like that, there are going to inevitably be hiccups.
This is a true story. Because I go the same Giant Eagle all the time, and I love their pharmacists. I was walking through there yesterday, picking something up, and 2 people in line, because there was a long line to the back of the store at the pharmacy because of what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. 2 of them said, Marty, I've been coming here 30 years. It's never been this bad. Because they're learning, and they're taking on this load just like you're about to, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'll tell you a story. I had my prescriptions at Rite Aid, had to move to the Giant Eagle in Washington, right?
Yeah.
They used to have 1 window to go through. Now they have 2. Last time I went, there was 4 cars in each one. But I will say this.
Yeah.
The person that I worked with when I got up there, pleasant.
Oh, they're wonderful.
Asked me if I had any questions, needed anything. I mean, they're doing the best they can to handle a difficult situation.
But you're going to be in the same situation, which is why, honestly, I'm not making fun here. You're stressed, and you got a lot of moving parts, because this is probably the most significant in the history of this business. Is that fair?
Since I've been in the business, this is going to be the most significant year for moving parts. I've actually said to a few people around the office lately, I feel like I'm putting together a jigsaw puzzle, and every day they give me new pieces.
And and I ask you this every week, what should consumers be prepared to do?
Well, first piece is, and I just finished writing an article for this morning.
Oh, nice.
That's going to go in the Post-Gazette in a couple weeks.
Nice.
But they need to get on that ANOC, because that's the first piece that's going to come out that's going to tell them what's changing for them. We're talking at a very macro level right now.
Get on what?
ANOC, Annual Notice of Changes.
Oh, there you go.
They're going to get an annual notice of changes that tells them what's changing with their premium.
Don't throw your mail.
There you go. Right? That's the first piece of this puzzle, right? And then from there, it's going to be, okay, this is how my plan has changed. This isn't that bad. I think I'm good.
Okay.
Right? If it's more than they've seen recently, or they're concerned about certain copays, that's when they need to reach out, because it's only giving them the changes for their plan, not the 70 other plans or the 15 other prescription plans, whatever their situation is.
And we'll leave on this note, because you said that when you get sick, money doesn't matter. The greatest example that I can recall, Steve Jobs, the richest man on earth, couldn't do squat about the cancer that was killing him.
He said he's got some great quotes about his end of life. There's no difference between the $30 watch and the $3,000 watch. There's no difference between the $10,000 car and the $100,000 car. When your health is gone, none of those things matter.
And my amazing sister Barb, who makes me cry every time she says it, she says, all I want is one good day, brother. You know what I'm saying, man?
And at the end of the day, that's really, when you boil it all down, that's what matters.
It does.
And that's why health care is really important.
It's so true. So I love your info. You're my man. 'Tis a fine day with my lad, Lance O'Brien. Talk to you, folks.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health. A look at all